I got to push it on YouTube. I'll tell you. Hold on. All right, go.
This is Discover Crypto. I'm your host, DZ, coming from DZ's lair. I am in the basement. I am a basement dweller, and I blame Donald Trump releasing meme coins. Folks, I can't leave the basement. I am stuck to the basement. There's a chain attached to my ankle because I am watching the charts. I am watching X, and I'm trying to make sure we are positioned to take advantage of all the crazy changes. We're going to be watching the inauguration live with Josh later on. Thank you for joining, everybody. And if you're wondering why we are in the basement today, one, it is freezing cold out there. We might have ice on the roads later, and it's MLK Day. So we're just taking, a little home day today. But I'm here with TJ in his own basement. TJ, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Hold on. I'm trying to pop the chat out here. Yes. Doing good. Doing awesome. Crazy weekend. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Love you guys, Disco fam. I want to know who bought Trump, who sold Trump, who's up on Trump, who's not. I mean, it was Ben.
All right. Well, let me ask. Did you buy Trump or Melania? I bought both.
I bought Trump. Yes, I did. It was I was in the throes of wondering, like seeing it come out and is it real? Is it not real? We were all going back and forth on the internal Telegram, which, side note, made me realize, like, we all talked about it late as it was breaking in the evening. We obviously, we didn't get the video out till the next day. Some of the Disco fam, may have heard about it, may not have, but made me realize we probably need to set up our own private Telegram for people to get these really fast calls when you jump on these opportunities. So stay tuned for that. We might be doing it in the future. But yeah, right around, I think within about 30-45 minutes of it breaking, I was there watching it. I would think it was like $5 at the time, trying to decide, is it real? Is it fake? Is it going to get pulled down? And every minute that went by that it didn't get taken down, I was like, all right, this seems legit. And so it was one of those, if it's real, it's going to probably be the top meme narrative for the cycle. If it's not, then it goes to zero and you lose your money. So,
all right, we got a lot of NFL fans in the chat, and they're saying the Falcons aren't in the playoffs anymore, TJ. It's time to give it up.
Yeah, it's true. I know. It was just, this is my solidarity. To be honest, it was my only clean black hoodie today. It's cold out there. I wanted to wear a hoodie. So,
all right, I got the little Arculus shirt on today. It's just so comfortable and nice and warm.
Yeah,
obviously
right
Trump. Yeah, the Trump pump was quite insane. I didn't see it till, a little bit later. It was hours later. So I saw it 15, got in a little bit, took a little bit of profit in the 60s, saw Melania about an hour old. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes you just got to FOMO in, folks. We're going to cover all that news. We're going to talk about Bitcoin hitting a brand new all-time high. But more importantly, what are the next steps with the Trump administration? What is this 4 years going to look like? And what altcoins are we bullish on so we could take advantage of this move? But first thing we need to do is let's look at CoinGecko. I'm going to share, if we could see all the prices, are just insane fluctuations. Bitcoin, let's just click in on that for one quick second. We look at the 24 hours, you can see hit all-time high, 109 on several charts there, wicked into 109 or right underneath it there early in the morning, about 4 a.m. for most people here in America. XRP up 5.5%. Solana, let's talk about Solana. Insane price action as well. You can see the moment Melania launched her token, a lot of tokens started taking a big hit there, but Solana hitting an all-time high, really close to 280, wicking up close to 290 over the weekend there. You can see it right there, 286. Now peeled back a little bit. Right now bouncing from that low of 231. So just an insane fluctuation with Solana's price there. Honestly, Solana actually went down. TJ, did you try to use Solana when the chain was down?
I mean, obviously the vault you're talking about yesterday or
yesterday, right around the Melania launch.
No, I wasn't really messing with it yesterday. Obviously, some of the volume and some of the stuff that happened when the Trump launch, it was a little hard getting transactions through. But I think all in all, it handled it pretty well. But you did see fees spike on Solana. You did see some network congestion. But I think it does bode well. We're much better off than we've been in the past when it comes to these big major launches. So,
all right, we got Vic went to church on Sunday. I told my pastor to buy Trump at an all-time high, and now he skips me when I go up for a blessing. Folks, that might happen to you. You got to be careful out there. And speaking of Trump, I don't know if you saw the charts, blessed us with the Trump face. Turn it sideways. Folks are saying this is proof that we live in a simulation.
Is this real?
Is this real? That's his feathered bangs. His feathered bangs hit that $77 mark.
Huge.
Yes, Trump's meme coin hit almost $80, and then set up the very, very prescient simulation-esque chart pattern right there. A lot of people having fun with that.
That's enough proof for me that we're in a simulation. If that's real, and I was trying to see if I could pull that out myself. If that really does show out that way, then yep, we're in a simulation. Bitcoin's price is definitely going to 420,069, 420.69. But put a 1. I want to know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you bought Trump or Melania. 2 if you're sidelined, because I want to see. I imagine our chat went pretty hard on it. I want to see who's holding it and where their targets are, because I think that's the biggest question on a lot of people's minds is how high can it go? Will this continue to run? Do you have any thoughts on that, TZ?
Well, I have a different viewpoint. So I got most of my capital out already. So I've already taken some profit. So, when you bought in at 15 and you sell at 60 something, pretty easy to get your initials back. Melania, I got in a little early. I haven't gotten quite all of my investment back there, but I don't even know if we should be looking at price, if we should be looking at time, if we should be looking at, maybe we wait for some day one executive orders. If Trump issues some very bullish altcoin related executive orders over the next 24 hours, I see Trump and Melania having a pump. If he issues only a Bitcoin executive order and then neglects the altcoins, I can see a little bit of a dump. So it's almost too volatile, and the variables, it's not like Bitcoin's variables. We see a halving. We see the halving 4 years in the future. Ethereum, we see the gas fees. We see where things are at. The Trump variable, it's Trump tweeting a sentence that could either triple or halve, just like we saw with Melania's tweet. Anything could happen, and if you're trying to predict it, you need to be Barron Trump's or Barron Trump's good friend. That's my take.
That's true. I think I'm in the camp of just holding it. It's one of those, unless they start just going crazy and dropping memes every 12 seconds and you see capital rotating
Eric coin, Barron coin.
The more they do it, the more it will diminish it. But I think if they continue to just leave a couple coins out there, this is one that I think will be the dominant meme coin narrative for the cycle. Before I had GOAT, I was just going to hold GOAT until the end, basically. Now I rolled pretty much all my Solana meme coins into this, and I'm probably going to hold it until September, October, unless something crazy happens, because I could see it getting up there with the likes of Doge. I could see it being the #1 meme coin on the market. We're talking hundreds of millions market cap, but I think people underestimate the 80% supply being held by the team. That you could see that as a negative if you don't trust the team, but if you do and you don't think there's a huge incentive to dump it, it's actually, in my opinion, a positive, because it allows very stiff concentration of the supply that it will continue to go up, in my opinion. So
Steve will point out Fartcoin, GigaChad, the biggest gainer. So it does seem like a lot of the Solana meme coins, I want to say maybe 2 out of 3 are taking a pretty big hit, but 1 out of 3 of the major ones seeing some of the Trump profits flowing into these coins. So there's kind of some selected favorites. Fartcoin, and if you think, you got to put yourself in the mind of the degen. Who's the type of person that's going to buy this Trump coin if they want to take some profits? Are they going to take it into stable coin, or are they going to chase another high? It seems like a lot of people are chasing highs. I do have the biggest gainers here in the top 100, at least. We have SPX 6900 and Radium getting some big wins. And then Aave also we're seeing a Trump coin, a Trump lunch guest.
Well,
then we're seeing
too.
More American coins too. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Radium's kind of indirect. Yeah. That makes sense.
So pretty good pumps. We're seeing Chainlink, another Trump coin there. So I'm going to be working on a Trump portfolio, and we're going to cover the changes in Trump's portfolio. We're going to talk about, can Trump flip Doge? It did flip Sheeb. We got a lot of news. I do want to look at the biggest losers. Trump with a little bit of a pullback, falling all the way to $50. That's insane to say out loud. Virtuals and Jupiter. It's interesting seeing Radium, one of the biggest gainers, and Jupiter, one of the biggest losers, probably related to that Jupiter airdrop. Maybe some people have just some excess Jupiter on the sidelines, chasing some Melania, chasing some Trump there. And Fartcoin, it is one of the biggest losers, but it was one of the biggest gainers over the weekend when we hit that 7-day. You can see right there, all the way from $1.20 to above 240. So doubled in about 36 hours. So we saw a massive move there. But speaking of massive moves, you see that Bitcoin move this morning.
Shoo. Yeah, it looked great. I mean, I think, and I also noticed odds on Polymarket for strategic reserve went up dramatically. So I'm wondering if he's potentially going to if there's word that he's going to announce a strategic reserve in today's inauguration, which would be
we'll probably pull up some live poly trade stuff. We'll look at poly market and just see if the chat. You guys are hilarious. We'll see what some of these odds are doing, because we could zoom in on the 24 hours and see if there's any spikes, see if there's any dumps. Heck, we might even start following some wallets. And is Don Jr. going to be at the end of that rabbit hole? We don't know, folks. But Bitcoin is trying to peel back a little bit.
Yeah, real quick, we have 2,000 people in here. It's definitely a 2,000 like day. It was one of the most iconic weekends ever for Bitcoin, one of the most or for crypto in general. I think we're going to see an epic week this week for altcoins. So smash the likes if you love pumps, if you think you're going to change your life this year. I do think this has officially, that was the gun. Alt season has started. It's going to be wild. You need to be locked in. We're probably going to be doing a lot more of these emergency streams and such for when these things happen. But if you're not locked in, smash that like button. If you haven't joined the Telegram, do so quickly, because it's going to get wild. So,
all right. Speaking of getting wild, let's zoom in on the 1 minute chart. Bitcoin putting in a lower low as we speak. Not too much liquidity in this range here. So, we could see some pretty drastic action. Just be very, very careful if you're trying to trade this market right now. Wait for the Trump effect to take place. We saw the chart pattern right there. If you don't know the meme coin, this is kind of the image behind the meme coin. The Donald Trump post here was official. Then Melania, of course, she had her own post, ended up dumping Trump's coin, plummeted 50% there. Huge dump. But Ramp Capital taking a victory lap here. Look at the year there, TJ. 2019.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. Ramp Capital, you should make a Trump coin. Imagine how much he was laughed at back then. Trump would never. Right. We would never see a president launch a meme coin. What are you talking about? Then Eric Balchunas, prophetic. Love it right there. We do have people upset at Coinbase. Token with years of experience in the market, legitimate developments, well-known team. Token with less than 72 hours in the market, no development, unknown team. Coinbase says yes. Are you surprised that the major platforms like Coinbase listed this?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think this is, Kraken did it almost immediately. They were first. These are people that were supporting Trump at his crypto ball, which kind of got completely overshadowed by the drop of this Trump thing. We got one mention from it, but I do think we're going to start to see a lot more of this. What this does is it kind of normalizes it and says this is going to be the new norm. What shocked me a little bit was everybody was talking about how once this happened, like, oh, we're going to see all kinds of people dropping stuff now. We're going to see celebrity coins. We're going to see this. We're going to see that. And then the very next most likely person to do it does it, and all of CT flips out when Melania comes out. So it's like, I do think we're going to see a lot of this. It's going to get wild. I think the early ones like Trump makes sense. And I think it will continue to grow over the rest of this cycle. Melania, I think maybe gets some hype and then fades. And then I think every other meme launch we've seen coming out soon will get less and less and less. I think Andrew Tate did a couple that didn't go so well, and he's dealing with some backlash. And it's going to get crazy to see what happens, because I do think, kind of for the next couple of years, it's going to be a Wild West again, like bigger than what we saw back in 2017 ICO bubble and all that sort of stuff. It's just going to go crazy. What is CT is crypto Twitter, Vincent. So you got to, another reason, guys, if you don't know what CT is, this is all the reason you guys need to join our Telegram and stay in the look. Steve-O, DZ's favorite online heckler. Guys, take a look at CoinGecko, new category made in USA, and tell me which large market cap coin is missing. I'm sure
we're going to be looking at that in a little bit. I do have that story pulled up there. You brought up, there's a rumor that Barron launched a coin. There was definitely some indications that it was him. There's a wallet that basically gave Solana to a wallet. They gave Solana to another wallet. That original wallet was tied to Barron Trump. That third wallet had deployed pump.fun coins before, and it was basically, strong evidence linked to Barron Trump. That same wallet deployed a Barron Trump meme coin last night. Let me show you this price action here. I bought a little bit around midnight. Let me just make sure we have accurate times. Yeah, this is set for EST. Bought a little after midnight. So I'm up a little bit, right? I'm up, maybe double, maybe triple. While I was asleep, that coin, Gigacent, I think it was a 10x. Yeah, I ended up pumping 1,200%, basically 13x while I slept. Woke up this morning, 6 a.m., 6:30, like, wait, what the hell, man? What the hell? You're not supposed to pump while I was sleeping. It's the type of market we're in right now. And I didn't put in more than I was comfortable losing. If you see something like that, that is the strategy right here. I'm not saying go out and buy the Baron coin. Might not be him. They might have slapped his wrist and said, dang it, don't do it that way, son. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Pretend it's not there.
Real quick, on that note, and again, I'm going to be talking about Telegram a lot. I was real busy over the weekend playing with some new tools that we're going to be rolling out here soon for the Disco fam, and it solves exactly that problem. It integrates your strategies with there's a lot of different Telegram trading bots out there right now, but I'm trying to get one that's easy to use that the Disco fam can use, and it'll work with our in our Telegram community, where with exactly that, you could have said, when it hits this, when it hits profit, sell this much. When it moves here, sell that much. And then you would have woken up to a huge pump overnight, cash back, sells and profit in your wallet when you woke up, instead of seeing, I round tripped it in my sleep.
Yeah. They're with my generational wealth while I slept. So while I was having nightmares about an orange man chasing me through a dark forest, I lost out on the biggest gigas in there. All right, well, let's go over some of the news, and then we're going to look, don't worry, we're going to look at the Made in USA, a brand new category that you might want to pay attention to. So here's just, quick recap. We have Bitcoin hit new all-time highs ahead of Trump's inauguration, pumped more than 6% in just a mere matter of minutes. To a new high as we're getting ready for a Trump potential day one executive order. The new high came hours before he was sworn in as the 47th president here. And his self-titled meme coin dropped. Someone in the chat pointed out his coin dropped in half basically after Melania launched her own self-named Melania meme token there. Huge dump. The valuation was around 15 billion and then dropped to 7.8 billion over the next 2.5 hours. Maybe a awkward dinner later on that evening there. But meanwhile, World Liberty Fi completed its sale of its token, the WLFI token, for 20% of its 100 billion. The next stash of coins. Remember, the sales aren't picking up. No one's buying these coins. Well, they sold out the 20%. And now the next coins, if you got in early, this was for accredited investors or for people in other countries. If you got in early, the new sale went from 1.5 cents to 1.5 to 5 cents a piece. So basically a little bit more than a triple. And now we're seeing it trickle into retail. I want to talk about those Google search trends for a second. We're going to look at Solana. Google search for crypto-related terms spiking amid a Trump rally. One of the ones we're looking at here is the Trump coin right there. Buy crypto, breaking all-time highs. So once you hit 100 on Google Trends, the way it works, that is the highest it has ever been. You can see it right here, kind of zooming in a little bit. So briefly passing where we hit, looks like this probably going to be the March 2021 pump right there.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Click on that graph for just a second.
Well, I was going to go straight to Google Trends.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
here,
just
we can
wanted
look
to
at this
see,
one too.
Yeah, I wanted to see, is that little bump on the left, that's the 2018 pump, right? Or
no, 2021. I believe this is, I don't think this is 2017. I think this is maybe only going back to about 2020. Because if you look from here to here, that's 2 years. Yeah. So from here to here is going to be probably 2019. So we don't have the 2017 pump. But you can see we surpassed the previous 2021 pump.
Yeah, I was curious to see how big 21 was to 2017, if we could get like an all-time. And then,
well, that did eclipse 2017. So we do know that.
Big time.
So huge pump. Now let's look at Solana. It wasn't just buy crypto hitting a brand new all-time high. Solana, we have never seen higher search interest for Solana. You can see, just a few days ago, hitting 100 right there. Let's compare it to Bitcoin. Now, there's a million things we could compare it to BTC. We could compare it to buy Bitcoin. But I want to just hit. I guess it didn't want to listen to me there. Hits. There we go. Not quite. So when you zoom out, if you go back 5 years, Bitcoin is crushing Solana if you go back 5 years. But if you go back 7 days, Solana catching up almost within a stone's throw. So we're seeing, a nice action on Solana search terms, but Bitcoin search term also, hitting some pretty highs there. So very, very high search volume finally. But when you zoom out for Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin searches in the past a lot higher. And this maybe helps answer your question there, TJ. There's the 2017 pump for Bitcoin, ends up being higher than 2021. So more people interested in what is Bitcoin in 2017. 2021, people are saying how to buy crypto. 2021. So we're seeing a bullish trend there.
Well, yeah, in 2021, well, I don't know. That's interesting. 2017 was a lot of ICO and altcoins and stuff too. So yeah, and then Chemistry Bro is asking about ETH. Obviously, that was the big. So here are the big questions that came out of the weekend. I want to get your take on it here for the audience, DZ. Two biggest questions or discussions I heard at this point. One, are you too late on Trump? Is it too late to buy Trump the meme coin? In your opinion, what do you think? Let's see. What's it at? 60 bucks, 50 bucks?
Yes. I don't want, I mean, I can't imagine the sell pressure when that thing's in the 90s. You know, I can't imagine who's buying $103 Trump coin that's going to pump it to $150. So I don't really see even a 2x. I think there's clear 2x's with coins like Chainlink, coins like Ondo, potentially even Solana, potentially even Ethereum. I don't know if we're going to see that with Trump. Buying Trump almost at this height feels like buying Bitcoin. Yeah, you might get 50%, maybe you double. I don't know how much you have past that. Now, I saw people saying at $30, like, oh, you know, maybe you double. You ended up 2.5xing. They still ended up being kind of right there.
I'll take the other side of that one. To me, this is the meme coin of the cycle that I'm going to ride until October. Like I said, unless they launch like 30, but even if they do, I'm not sure how much that impact that's going to have over time.
I see insane selling around $100.
Could be like, we'll see. I just think so. In the last times I've done this a couple different cycles before, the first memes that came out, I was like, man, I'm not really all that interested, and get this SHIB stuff out of my face. It's already pumped. I've missed the pump. Basically, I already kind of came to that conclusion with SHIB. I was like, oh, I'm too late on SHIB when I wasn't too late. I wasn't even close to too late. It pumped for the entire rest of the cycle. And I see Trump token being somewhat like that. It's definitely going to have pumps and dumps and valleys and all that sort of stuff. But it very similarly to SHIB, holding 80% of the supply makes a really big difference. So if the team doesn't sell much and they hold that supply, I see this thing getting up there and competing with Doge at the very least to be the #1 meme coin, which is a 54 billion market cap. This is a 10. So potential 5x. I could see it even going more than that. I even like when it very first dropped, like this could be a top 5 coin. This could get up above Solana. It's not saying it should, not saying it's logical. I'm just saying it could because of the attention, because of the publicity, because of all that stuff. C90 says that whole family tree is going to be launched, possibly. And that could be the beginning of how much attention would that bring to crypto? How much would that show the technology of what can be done? How fast capital can move? I think that's one thing that people get lost on. They lose the forest through the trees. They're very focused on the short term, like what happened to my price and my bags, and oh, this sucked liquidity out of my token, and they get upset. But if you think about it, what just happened was one of the most beautiful, not even proof of concepts, but like displays of the technological ability of what blockchain can do on Solana. Like, we had a coin launch. We had billions of dollars mobilized within minutes across decentralized exchanges. So to me, even if they did all launch, all that would do is bring more attention. It would bring more people trying to get involved with crypto, and it may create some volatility and some craziness in the short term. But over the next 10 years, this is a huge net positive, in my opinion. So yeah. I'm sticking with it. I'm rolling with it. If it goes down, it goes down. I didn't put a huge amount in my initials, but I think it could. I still think it could 10x from here.
All right. Someone brought up a good question. What about Ethereum search terms? So we're going to move forward and look at that CoinGecko USA tab there. Ethereum tapped out in May of 2021. But when we zoom in, so you can see, Ethereum, most of the last few years, Solana launched around this area. Then you can see some nice pumps. The original Solana searches, just looking at the beach. But if we go to the last 30 days, Solana taking Ethereum's lunch, taking it to school there. But Ethereum also blasting into some recent highs there. So we are seeing a little bit of strength there. I want to ask you a question. Can Trump flip Doge? So it flipped Shiba Inu to become the second largest meme coin, in market cap, earning the title second largest ever. Very, 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 very quickly. Fully diluted, 70 billion. If you look at the fully diluted value, it's the 6th largest fully diluted value token in the world. But when we look at Shiba Inu and Trump, I mean, they're neck and neck. I might have to scroll down a little bit here. Trump, very, very close to Shiba Inu. You can see 20 and 21. Does Trump have it to go all the way and flip this little doggy right there? Chat, let me know. Yes or no, is Trump going to pass Dogecoin? TJ, what do you think first?
I think so. Yeah. I think Trump coin becomes the #1 meme coin on the market. Flips Doge, because for the simple reason that Doge is already fully distributed, right? Fully circulating supply, has and still inflating really, really, really high. Trump, the team is holding 80% of it. So there's really only they've got that crazy 30 billion fully diluted number, but are they really going to dilute it that much? I don't think so. I think they're going to just sit on that. And if they're smart, they will. They just sit on it and it goes up and up and up, and they just drip it out over the next 10 years. And they've got one of the most successful crypto startups of all time with World Liberty Fi on, one epic night, basically. So the incentive is there for them to hold that, just like it was with the people in SHIB, or potentially burn. Can you imagine if they announce, burning that stuff over time? Like, that would have a huge market catalyst. So there's a lot of options they have with those things. And you have to remember too, you, me, everybody watching this stream right now, for the most part, we live in a crypto bubble. We eat, sleep, breathe this stuff. We see it all the time. We're looking at tokenomics. We're worried about.
Yeah, I wake up screaming, Baron.
Yeah, exactly.
How's today?
Whereas most of the rest of the world, they don't care. Somebody out there, they'll go like, oh yeah, President Trump did something. I want to support him. I'm going to go spend a little bit of money on it. I want to win with Trump. They're going to, put $1,000 on their credit card, and then they're not going to think about it till he's out of office, and they're going to be like, hey, look how much money I made with Trump's coin while he was in office. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of that. He's got a very strong following, and what we saw last night was just the market speculating on what that following will be. Now we have to kind of wait and see how it plays out, but I think it's going to play out.
All right, we got a $5 super chat here. Music Tags. You think the meme coin debacle speeds up this 4-year cycle, or are we still on schedule for a Q4 top? Still thinking Q3, Q4 top. The Bitcoin halving, a little bit more powerful than probably anything else in crypto. Quantitative easing, you can make an argument for that, but we've seen it kind of buck that trend. We have in the past seen the 4-year cycle be the #1 catalyst. So I'm not switching my exit strategy here. Let's talk about CoinGecko making a new category here. We have CoinGecko, new category, made in the USA, made a category for made in USA coins for Inauguration Day. They have the full list here. Went to the list. We got it right here. XRP, Solana, USDC, Avalanche. I think Steve-O pointed out, we don't see Cardano. When we go back to this post right here, CoinMarketCap does have Cardano listed as made in America. CoinGecko does not have Cardano listed as made in America. Charles Hoskin has kind of weighed in a little bit, basically saying, there's a lot of American entities, but it is a global cryptocurrency. If you had to say yay or nay, is Cardano American? TJ, what do you say real quick?
For my bags, I'm going to say yay.
Yeah, I would say yay too. D Nice, rumors they're going to use the 80% of Trump supply to pay down the debt. I think they should do it an airdrop. Everybody sign up for an airdrop. I was doing the math, fully diluted. You give every American hundreds of dollars, and if you cut it down to tax-paying Americans, which is 100 and some change, then you're looking at a decent amount of money, folks. Now, remember, $1 million. Let's just say, it's billions. If it's 10 billion, you can give a billion people $10, meaning you give 100 million people $100. And so when you're talking about, fully diluted, you got a wallet worth $80 billion. You could really make it rain on some people there. What do you think they do with the 80%?
Well, here, this is what I was trying to do. I messed up all the buttons, but there we go.
The Greenland. I've seen the Greenland rumors. That would be if he literally bought Greenland and gifted it to America. Does he earn a spot on Mount Rushmore?
I mean, come on. How epic would that be? Like, hey, launched a meme coin, but you always wanted to launch a meme coin and buy an island, right? Here you go. Trump launched a meme coin. He's going to buy Greenland with it. Obviously this is somewhat of a joke, but no, that would be epic. This would be more interesting to me than paying down the national debt. Is teams there? They're figuring it out. Like, we're going to make this. Maybe they put the headquarters for World Liberty Fi there and start using the profits from World Liberty Fi to just make Greenland a private island. That would be. That would be wild.
That would be insane.
And that's what's so crazy is this is the state of crypto right now. Like, we're talking about just absolute insanity. I don't think anybody knows what to expect out of this next year, but we do know there's going to be massive gains ahead, and it's going to be absolutely epic. So
we got username pointing out CoinMarketCap also has Chainlink as made in America. CoinGecko does not. So we're seeing a little bit of a difference there. CoinMarketCap sometimes, kind of ahead of the curve. I just like CoinGecko's UI a little bit better. I think it looks a little bit cleaner too. All right, now we do have some breaking news. It's not all meme coins. It's not all Melania. It's not all Baron whispers here. We're going to talk about some real stuff. Trump swapped out Solana, okay, but he didn't buy a meme coin. Trump swapped out Solana and bought Ethereum here, and we're talking about a massive amount. He ended up buying 6,000 Ethereum. Trump swapping that out after the Trump coin profits there. Naive, he's not broke. He's just waiting for Trump's profit to flow back into Ethereum there, folks. I wanted to show you the meat and potatoes. Spent some USDC to end up buying that ETH. So the Solana meme coin ends up earning them some stable coin. The stable coin they ended up putting into Ethereum at $3,311. Kind of interested, where is Ethereum right now? Are they up or down? 3,311. Basically break even. They're down to $5 there. I don't think they're sweating that one too much there.
No,
but now
it did pump hard on the news, though. It got up over 3,400 when it very first happened. And that was the other thing. I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but everything in the Solana ecosystem, other than the other memes, basically all the Solana infrastructure pumped like crazy when that coin launched. So Radium, Jupiter,
and
Solana,
a lot didn't though. Pith fell, Camino. There's a lot that fell too, but Jupiter, Radium, huge pump initially.
Yeah,
though,
you're
sure,
right. All the meme coins and basically the entire market fell, other than what was being used to facilitate this drop, which was just wild.
Yeah, and a lot of people upset. You could tell by the comment there, upset about Solana going down. I tried to stable up a little bit of Solana at a really good peak, but Solana was down, and then when it ended up working again, Solana's down another $30, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to stable up that anymore. But let's look at Ether here. We're going to go to the ETH BTC chart. Big shout out to Ben Cowan. Just put out an ETH BTC video. If you're interested in where Ether is going to be going over the next 12 months, I highly recommend that. We got an article here, though. Ether dropping to a 4-year low against Bitcoin as Trump seen boosting the largest cryptocurrency. So I think there's a lot of opportunity with Ethereum. Everyone's talking about Solana, but Trump is buying ETH. ETH is looking good in the charts, which we're going to check in a second. And there might be some opportunity here because this is the lowest level ETH has been relative to Bitcoin since March 2021, climbed to a record high before President Trump's inauguration. Folks, this is almost 5 years, by the way, and it suffered in part from the popularity of Solana, of course. So Solana kind of taking all the oxygen out of the room, and one Ether dropped to 3% of a Bitcoin on Sunday, almost 50% lower than a year ago as Bitcoin soared in the run-up to Donald Trump's inauguration. The exchange rate, I don't know why they say conventionally call it a ratio. Yeah, I think that's what people call it normally. It peaked to 8% back in 22 during a slightly bearish period there in the markets there. And Bitcoin ended up, when it hit 109 is when we end up seeing the low on Ethereum here. And so this is ETH BTC that we're looking at. So this is Ethereum price and Bitcoin. The number on the right is the percentage of one Ethereum to one Bitcoin. We're looking at weekly candles. This is a very, very large time frame. So we see this little bit of a trend line here kind of form. And this is kind of my target for Ethereum's top relative to Bitcoin. You see it ended up peaking the post-halving year a few months before Bitcoin's top. You can see it here peaking actually a month after Bitcoin's top. So it's a little bit hard to gauge where this is going to be. And then the second run up for ETH here was 1 month after Bitcoin's top. So I think we do have a good shot for Ether hitting 1 month after Bitcoin's top, relative high. If I had to guess what month that's going to be, I'm thinking around November, maybe, December. So that gives us a 7% ratio here for Ethereum. So what are your thoughts on this ratio? We did just lose a pretty critical level, but we haven't closed a weekly candle there. You can see the weekly candle bounced perfectly, did wick below. So we're not into the danger zone just yet, but we definitely need Ether to bounce in the short term. I think ETH will bounce in the short term. TJ, would you agree?
Yeah, I think I would. It's right on time for it too. Like you said, it's right there. It's at that critical level. When we saw it start to dip below it the other day, it kind of recovered out of it. I think a couple days ago before that green line, you can maybe see it. But yeah, it's at that key level. I've even let's see. There was a couple of those. Let's see if I can pull this up, because I do think, yeah, we've seen it happen before. It's actually in a weird way, somewhat bullish to me on ETH. I do think we're going to start to see a lot of this other stuff play out. We know Ethereum DeFi is really, really, really strong right now. Let's see. We got, please explain to my DZ the Solana blockchain. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the chat was talking about that. The Solana blockchain, I think it was more Phantom and Coinbase and some of the
Jupiter,
the DEXs and stuff
and
that were going
Soulflare,
down.
and everything.
Right. It was network congestion. It wasn't necessarily the blockchain wasn't producing blocks or wasn't actually operating.
90% failure rate doesn't technically mean down.
No, and I don't. But I don't.
10% are working.
Right. I think, but I was telling the chat, I think people are a little too over focused on that. Like, that doesn't really matter in the end game of like technicalities of details to the overall market. To people that aren't crypto users, it really is immaterial. But there was a lot of people coming out saying ETH is dead and they need to be put on notice based on what just happened. And that's kind of like the real takeaway here is, regardless of this is real or not, Solana just put ETH on notice with how quickly it mobilized its community, which I agree. The speed matters somewhat. Let's see, where did I have this? This is the feeling if you're an Ethereum holder, right? Like, it's over. It's so over. Nope, it's over. It's so over. It's been feeling that way for a while. And I was even talking with somebody this weekend saying, like, man, I'm almost starting to feel capitulation on Ethereum. Like, should I just dump everything I have ETH into the Solana ecosystem? Should I dump Curve and Aave and Ethereum and just load up on Solana, Jupiter, and Radium? Because right now I'm kind of split. I have some of both. And then I said, anytime I'm feeling that way, it's almost always like days or maybe a week or two before the absolute bottom where it just starts to rip and send. So I think that's what's going to happen with Ethereum. I think it is right at that inflection point. We saw, obviously, Vitalik came out and started tweeting yesterday with some of that news. And then the Solana chart peaked immediately after that. Like, here's Solana chart after Vitalik's tweet, and you get the idea.
Kind of double click on what that tweet was. He basically said, we are soy boys.
Well, here's basically what it was. Is basically, we're changing the leadership at the Ethereum Foundation. Ethereum Foundation isn't getting it done, and here's what we're trying to get done. Now,
let's cut to the non-goals. This is what got everybody pissed off. The non-goals. So you're saying these are things we're explicitly not trying to do. We are not trying to pivot from a feminized World Economic Forum soy boy mentality to a Bronze Age mindset. Now, he's saying we're not trying to pivot from our feminized mentality to a Bronze Age mindset. I'm guessing he's meaning, what do you think he means by Bronze Age mindset? Is this like, caveman macho, or is this like a Luddite who doesn't know technology?
No, I think he's trying to say, like, the reason for this pivot is more technical and strategic. It's not that I'm not going to validate what you guys are saying about the Ethereum community and saying, oh, we're not macho enough, and so we're going to get rid of our,
limp wrists.
Yeah, and then
we're not going to start doing push-ups.
Right, we're not going to be the Bitcoiners eating. We're not going to be the maxis eating meat.
We're not going to make Alex Becker proud.
Exactly. This is sometimes, I think, the result of an engineer trying to be the head of comms. I
thought it was a result of autism.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think he's just trying to honestly communicate his point, and then again, CT is going to jump all over this and go crazy with it and take it 10 different directions. I didn't really have a major problem with it. He's just trying to say, like, this up here is what we're trying to get done, and we're not making these changes because of all this BS you guys are saying out there. This is what we're trying to do. Now, did it get lost in translation? Sure. But I think we're about to see some strong times for Ethereum. Specifically, we've got the, this is a little context, I guess. But ETH isn't looking good, but we've got the Bitfinex whales going very long, and they're almost always front running the market. That happened last night or not far after, I want to say sometime in the middle of the day yesterday, and that's when we saw ETH rip. That was like the Bitfinex whales went long right before World Liberty Fi started swapping Solana or, swapping back into Ethereum. We saw price of Ethereum rip. And I think we're going to see again, strategic reserve on Bitcoin. There's people even floating the idea that Trump might say strategic reserve on altcoins, which would be Ethereum. I think once the dividends or staking rewards are allowed on ETFs, Ethereum's going to absolutely explode, and DeFi is really, we're going to see it, hit its stride in a big way.
All right, we got a super chat here. What are your thoughts on DePIN, specifically a particular project here with the low market cap, but they do have revenue? I will say this, DePIN, it is easy to basically just have a hope and a dream. I want to see dashboards actually showing what your physical infrastructure is. If you have nodes, I want to see a dashboard showing me what exactly are the nodes doing. If you're a real mobile token, I want to see, where are you covering? I want a coverage map, like when you used to go to the Verizon store and they would show you the map of America and it's like all red and you're like, oh, look at the T-Mobile map. I want to see some sort of indication of exactly what you're doing that is updated with blockchain data. I don't want a post that says, oh, we got some things and we made some money yesterday. Show me. I want to see it. If you can't show me, that doesn't maybe bode well for your CTO and your technical team there. Let's look at some other day one situations here, because we are in the midst of an inauguration as we speak. And then we have something. There's going to be a lot of newer viewers here. Smash that like button if you're a new viewer. Make sure you're a sub. We bring you live content 5 days a week. We bring you crypto content 7 days a week. But a lot of newer entrants do not know this very pivotal figure in crypto. So I want to tell you folks about him real quick. His name is Ross Ulbricht, and his odds of being pardoned by Trump rising to 79% on Kalshi is a prediction market similar to Poly Market. And so if you don't know who this is, I just wanted to pull up his Wikipedia. He is serving life imprisonment for operating Silk Road. And Silk Road, famously, you could buy anything underneath the sun from this anonymous marketplace, and a lot of people are there buying magic mushrooms and stuff like that. But he ended up there's a lot of interesting details involving the FBI. They ended up arresting him. They took Silk Road offline. It looks like there might have been some very dirty agents there. There's a whole thing with with the hit try to be ordered there. So if you don't know who he is, definitely seems like they didn't do him justice. There's a lot of just unethical things with our government there. And so if they do free him, you might see this in the news. So educate yourself on that whole story there. Do you think he'll be released today, DJ?
I don't know. I don't really know the logistics on that sort of stuff. I think they'll put a executive order in pretty close to day one. If it's not today, it'll be very soon, and then they'll be working on it. I don't know how fast that stuff works, but yeah, I think we see multiple crypto executive orders today. And I do think that will be one of them. And we should probably start. I think maybe we get Josh, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. I can see you setting up in the background there, but yeah, we're going to be looking at that during the speech today. I think some things will be mentioned during the speech, and there's multiple day one bills up beside. I think that's one.
Yeah, let us know. Actually, your friend. Never say what you bought on Silk Road, but yeah, I had a friend use it. He was the one trying to get me to buy Bitcoin. I was telling him, no. You got to buy silver, the silver gold ratio. So I was trying to buy. I had a buddy telling me to buy Bitcoin, but the same buddy had lost Bitcoin twice. And he's like, hey, it's this thing that I keep losing. You got to buy it. And I was like, I'm just going to buy physical silver there. So that's my story there. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people knew some people that used Silk Road. Did you know anyone that used Silk Road, TJ?
I have met some people that have used Silk Road over the years. Yes.
Your brother didn't use it?
No.
Okay. I didn't know.
Not that I know of anyway.
He was probably buying fertilizer or something. All right, let's keep moving. Major Ondo news. I brought up Ondo because you're about to pull up Josh's beautiful face there. Josh, have you seen this Ondo news? And I'm going to pass the mic here. Upbit causing a short squeeze on Ondo. If you don't know, Upbit is a South Korean-based exchange, and they now own, if I can share my screen real quickly, they now own 3% of all the Ondo. Last night, it was 2.8%. And if you look at the wallet, they're buying millions of Ondo every single hour. People are asking, what the heck do they know? And they are the ones leading the real-world asset tokenization. $600 million total value locked there. They got all the strategic partners. Major partnership with BlackRock, JP Morgan, maybe the best RWA bet in all of crypto. So Ondo with some major news lately, Josh. We're going to go check out the price right now. What are your thoughts on Ondo? Are we still bullish even after an 8% crash?
Yeah, I mean, it went up to $1.50 yesterday, but I think
look at
that chart. It just goes to show that we were correct again on the unlock here. Unlock had literally no effect on the price action in terms. I mean, maybe if you want to count the 5% dip there, or when it went down to $1, but that was with when Ethereum went down to $2,900. So it looks like it's just following the altcoin market here.
No, you know what I think the unlock did is it created the best buying opportunity and accumulation zone there ever was. I think part of the reason that unlock got so much attention is because the whales that wanted to accumulate it wanted it to. Because that to me was the most obvious time to accumulate. There had never been more retail fear, and then literally the day after that happened, boom, huge pump. So it didn't really pull back on it. So I thought it was great.
And the bears were like trying to short it with like a -60 or -500% funding rate. It was like very clear the bottom had been in, and so now I think what we're just waiting for is. Markets are heavily anticipating what Donald Trump is going to do with the executive orders today. So I don't know if you saw this morning, but World Liberty DeFi, if you guys already covered it, where they purchased a ton. Yeah, they purchased a ton of crypto. So, it's very clear that their dollar cost average is the ones they hold. But I mean, I've been getting alpha from their CEO and everything. It looks like he actually invited me directly to attend the Ondo Summit next month. So I think we're going to try to fly out there for like a night or two just to go see some BlackRock representatives.
The World Liberty Fi CEO or the Ondo CEO?
Ondo CEO.
Nice. Either one. Either way is cool. It's impressive either way. So good job.
I wouldn't be shocked if we saw or heard representatives attending that summit as well. So I'm expecting huge breakthroughs with tokenization and updates with these markets. And right now, my speculation is Coinbase Ventures is a huge investor into Ondo Finance. They are also backed by Peter Thiel. And so with the launch of global markets, which is going to be the tokenized stock market, I think you're going to see some similar partnerships that you saw with like Morpho and Coinbase, where they're allowing borrowing and lending through Bitcoin. You're going to see a lot of exchanges starting to partner with them to utilize their tokenized stock market. So I'm very excited. Next 2 weeks are going to be insane. Donald Trump, dude, I mean, it's unfortunate with what happened, on the personal life this weekend, which has been beautiful. Memorial service, guys. Thank you for everybody that reached out. It was just a beautiful time just to celebrate the best friend. But in terms of this weekend, dude, I feel like I've missed about a year's worth of content.
It's been crazy.
Donald Trump launching. I mean, I'm literally sitting at the memorial service. I'm getting like people blowing up my phone. They're like, dude, is this Trump coin real? And I was like, dude, no, don't buy that scam. What are you doing? And like, sure enough, I spent like 5 minutes and I realized it's like his actual project. And I was like, oh my God, what is about to happen? So dude, it's green light for crypto.
You're carrying the casket with your phone in your other hand. You're like, hold on, guys, hold on.
I'm trying to trade Solana for my friend. I'm like, the transactions are failing. I'm like lighting up a cigar.
I don't know if you can turn that blur off or whatever, but it's driving me crazy the way it's going in and out on the mic. But
yeah, just show us your background.
We don't mind seeing the background.
We want to see. You have your seed phrase written down in your desk.
Do you guys hear the planes flying by or no?
No. You sound fine. You sound fine. So,
good.
But yeah, the chat was talking about it, and like you mentioned, Josh, we've got the inauguration today. Here's where they were swapping into Ethereum. Everybody was talking about it yesterday, and then Eric Trump with the retweet saying, "Wait until you see what they do tomorrow." Do you think we're going to see some kind of mention of World Liberty Fi in Trump's inauguration speech, or do you think that crosses lines, or what do you think is going to happen today with World? You think it's going to be specifically World Liberty Fi? Or?
We have some of that on Poly Market, maybe not World Liberty Fi per se here, but I'm looking at Poly Market right now, and I went to the crypto. Trump mentions his meme coin in his inaugural address. Only 1 out of 12 people roughly
I don't think
thinking that's going to happen.
No.
We do have the Bitcoin reserve slightly over 50%. Now we're going to see a Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days. Another that people are just having some pretty fun.
But it's like
here.
I think 85% or something like that we see it in Trump's presidency. Like that was the 50% in the first 100 days. But I think we'll still see it now.
Yeah, we got a first week, only 22%.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to do something big today. Now, I don't know if they actually mentioned directly World Liberty DeFi or anything, but look, at this point, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if Trump just shilled his Trump coin. I've been laughing my ass off, to be fair, over the last 72 hours. There's so many people he shouldn't have done this. And I'm like, guys, like, if you wanted a free market, your money, your choice. If you can launch a meme coin, your president should be a lot. Like, to me, it just, people are freaking out over nothing this weekend. I'm like, this is very bullish for crypto overall. It brought billions of dollars in liquidity to Solana and a lot of meme coins that were started. He literally sparked an entire bull run. Bitcoin went back to about $109,000. So I think what you're going to see out of this, though, is announcements with tokenization. I don't know if he's going to be very specific on it, but we really won't know. I'm speculating he does something with Bitcoin. I don't know if it's an executive order on, not selling Bitcoin that the government is holding. But Eric Trump said something big was going to happen today. I expect it to be bigger than what we've seen the last few days.
We do have an interesting, speaking of the Trump circle, there is someone in the Trump circle, a little bit more on the periphery here. His name's Ryan Fournier. He's a chair for the Students for Trump. So he's a younger shitcoiner, excuse my language here. And so
he's
this
rug
is
puller.
a lot of people are going crazy with this. Staying away from crypto. I tweeted a few times about Trump and a newly created coin called TikTok. Heard someone reach out. They wanted to make a coin to support TikTok's comeback. That turned out to be a chaotic mess. He said he was scammed. Roll Tide. Bro, you rugged. I'm very new to crypto. I promise you. I didn't rug it. Buddy, we see your wallet. You rugged. It's all on chain. No, I literally sold because it was going down increasingly. I don't know who wouldn't do that. Everyone's saying that's literally rugging. That is literally rugging. So that's taking a little bit of a
to be fair,
out of the Trump sale.
To be fair, that's not literally rugging, and I think people don't really understand what literally rugging is anymore. Most of the people that say that haven't been literally rugged, but
yeah, that's like take
close
a liquidity
enough.
pool.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Close enough. I mean, he's dumping it for sure. It's that people don't like it, and he did come back later and say, "Oh, I guess I don't know enough about this crypto stuff. I'm going to stay away from it for a while until I can figure out."
But he said that about RTR as well.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it about his last crypto project that failed. He's like, I don't know about this. I'm going to come back, and it's so. Like, I don't think people are making a hissy fit on it on Twitter, and I'm just like, guys, they're meme coins. Like, you're betting on Hawk Tua the next day, so don't act like you're some special investor that gets special, privilege or something. They're meme coins at the end of the day, and you got to be very cautious with what you're trading in this sense. Now, the takeaway here is Donald Trump literally launched a $15 billion project at the snap of a finger overnight and brought in hundreds of billions of dollars of liquidity to the crypto market. So no matter what outlook you look at this, like, that is a meme coin. I don't think anyone believes is going to go anywhere. And like, if you don't like the meme coin, don't trade it. Okay. If you have Harris is just not going to, the reason why Kamala Harris is never going to launch a meme coin, or Joe Biden, is because that one even hit $1 billion market cap, I think. Like, unless Nancy Pelosi is inside trading that up to the max, Donald Trump is much more business oriented. Like, this was genius. People are telling him they're saying this is the stupidest idea that Trump's ever done. Look, I think it's ridiculous. I think, like, I don't trade meme coins, and I'm not trading those heavily or, like, going in and out of them. But the entire market and the entire space is literally looking at him and relying on him. And now every time you pull up coin market cap, a top 10 project, I think it's top 12 right now, all you're going to see is Trump and Millennia at the top of the crypto market for the rest of your life. So it's like genius.
It's going to go to top 10. It might even go to top 5. I could absolutely see that happen.
It has fallen lately out of the top 20. It has now fallen to 23. If we look, it is actually dumping on inauguration day. You can see right here, I'm pulling up the hourly chart there. We are down considerably from all-time high. If we just look right here, if you bought the top, it's actually not that bad, folks. You're only down 37%. And in the meme coin trenches, it's actually pretty bullish.
I was going to say, that's a good looking meme coin chart, really. Like, if you take, if you got in sub $10 at least.
Wait, you're only down 21.7%. Take that victory
after a 700% pump. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And again, it's billions of dollars in market cap. And some people might be mad that they bought the top, but then you're just, look, it's a meme coin. You're a bad trader. It is what it is. It's to me, though, it's like, for people that are like, oh, it's not genius. Like, I really don't care what everybody's opinions are in terms of their personal individual thought on Trump's coin. What I'm looking at this is 7 million Americans and young entrepreneurs that want to launch a tokenized product, and they don't want to have to focus, like, not just a meme coin. It's going to open up a huge new pathway of capital investment into the United States. And so I just look at this as, this is your green light. This is like, we're not even just talking about a Bitcoin, strategic reserve and Bitcoin being classified as non-secure. Like, you're looking at a very large spectrum of crypto opportunity that is about to open up the floodgates into the United States of America. That is what that tells you. Like, so, I'm not the one that's going to go, shill Trump coin. But look, again, I'm looking at it as an entrepreneur that's in the States. I don't have to go to Puerto Rico now. You got your TikTok back. You know,
we got breaking news.
Pretty rough.
Breaking news. Breaking news. In the last hour, Donald Trump's wallet has made some moves. I might have to jump off a little bit after this and go start the research, get this video out, because we got to get this information to you ASAP. Arkham just posted breaking news, and hit that like button if you like the breaking news. Trump's World Liberty Fi buying $50 million worth of crypto right now. We covered the Ethereum buy. We haven't covered all the other buys. In the past hour, $4.7 million worth of Chainlink. Same for Aave, same for Tron, same for Athena, same for Wrap Bitcoin, ×3 and ×4 for Ethereum. So yet again, buying more Ethereum than he is buying Bitcoin, also buying more Bitcoin, and then loading up more on these 4 altcoins, folks.
That Tron to buy doesn't happen if Justin Sun didn't do what he did to be
100%.
And so that's the genius in the strategy of Justin Sun right there. Tron would have been totally left out of the DeFi conversation if he hadn't gotten involved. Pretty interesting. That single move could help keep Tron in that DeFi ecosystem. So
all right, well, folks, I'm actually about to go do this research, get this video out. We're going to at least get it out tonight. I think we might need to drop the Chainlink video tonight.
Let's pull up. Yeah, we need to pull up the inauguration. Like Trump's about to walk out.
So let me just give a little audio. So I'm going to put up a Chainlink video this evening, folks. We're going to have this Trump's wallet video tomorrow evening. So within the next about 32 hours, we're going to get this information to you. But you heard it here first. Load up on those 4 altcoins if you've been looking to accumulate, because there was a little bit of a dip lately, and these things might start ripping, and they might start ripping in a hard way. Josh, great to get you back. I'm going to be tuning in while I eat my lunch and get my research in as you cover the inauguration.
TJ, can you pull it up for us? Because I can't share your screen.
And everybody, hit that like button on the way out.
Yeah. See you, DZ.
Thanks, DZ.
Stay tuned.
I should be able to pull it up, Josh. What do you mean you can't share your screen?
I stopped sharing. He might be good now.
Oh yeah. Okay. You can
use the Shure mic. I could switch and go pull the laptop out, but I don't have the laptop. I have a MacBook thing. It's like iPhone. So I was like, oh shoot.
Gotcha. All right. And I'm just going to end on this bull. I have so much link. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, folks. That's all I got. And we're going to pass it to Josh. Stay tuned. We got to watch this inauguration. This is going to be epic.
Yeah, I can't pass it until you get. Oh, here, I'll do this.
There you go.
There we go. Got him off the stage. All right. So if you can't screen share, Josh, give me just a minute to pull that up because I'm going to have to. It's going to take me just a second. But
yeah, unless I'm missing it here, because I was trying to figure that out when I first joined for the phone.
Are you on a computer?
No, I'm using my phone because I had the Shure mic. This is for the iPhone, so I would have had to use just my headphones if I was doing the computer, and I figured the mic would be better quality.
That's right. If you can find the link and drop it in the chat, that would help. Because what I want to do real quick is shout out to all you guys who've been watching all this. Thanks for hanging out with us. Smash the likes if you're just getting in here.
Just pull it up it's on Donald Trump's Twitter.
Yeah, send me that link. Or all right, I'll pull it up if they're already going because I wanted to hit this real quick.
Yeah, no, they're already. He's out. He walked out.
All right. Well, give me a second then.
Link Marines, dude.
I wanted to show everybody what altcoins they needed to buy. All right, you guys have that audio?
I do not have the audio now. You might not. You gotta hit like the little tab that goes like share the full audio.
Yeah, hold on.
You might just gotta redo it real quick. You guys think potty and what's potty? Is that
let us know in the chat if you can hear the audio.
No, because I can't even hear it.
Well, we got super loud for me.
Man, what coins we should be? So if you're talking about the Trump pump coins, we dropped a Trump. We have so many Trump portfolio videos. I love that we ended up doing it. We hit that perfectly. But it's Chainlink, Athena, Tron's a new one. Justin Sun should be attending the inauguration here today. Ondo's another one that they hold. World Liberty DeFi holds that, and then Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think some Aave as well. So there's about 6 there. It's too loud. No, come on. I believe in you.
What's too loud?
I don't know. I think he was just.
I think they can hear it.
They can hear it?
Well, that's the only thing that would be too loud. Yeah, they hear it. They hear it. No,
guys, type 1 in chat if you can hear it. Type 2 if you can't. Okay, type 2 if you can't. They're just trolls. They're trolling us. Crypto experts make millions on markets but can't share audio. Guys, tech is actually you guys have no idea. Setting up live streams like impromptu, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild there. Do you have audio on your end, TJ, or no?
Yeah, it's blasting me, so that's why it's really hard for me to focus because I hear
So
this
did
thing
you hit
too.
when you hit the share screen, you hit the tab that says share audio? So when you hit like present, there's like a little.
Hold on, I gotta start over.
Yeah, I can hear it in the background. They got the Trump music going. Da-da-da.
Oh, I have to share by tab.
Yep. Or if you share entire screen.
You guys hear that now?
There you go. Yep. There we go.
Perfect. Right as he was walking out. Like I knew what I was doing.
Just do sign language, Josh. Gee, ooh.
All right, now I need you guys to tell me if you want the stream audio up or down, or this audio up or down.
You can turn a little lightly. He should be speaking. This should be happening right now.
Well, he's walking. He's still shaking hands and doing all this.
Yeah. If you want to turn on the volume, you can a little bit while he shakes hands. But he should be being signed in now, and then we get the executive orders like pretty straight up. It'll be a pretty quick event here tonight, and then we'll be able to kind of break down exactly. I don't know how many he's going to sign today. Like there's the. So right now, what we know for sure, I think the only one that I saw that was leaked was he's going to be signing the executive order to send the military to the southern border. But then again, with everything Eric Trump's been saying on crypto and Bitcoin, I think you can expect maybe a announcement of not selling it off there. But
well, and again, after this, we'll see what they're going to say, but I want to go over the list. DZ hit it a little bit there at the end, but there's some other kind of sneaky picks that I think are going to be the best, kind of a new way to do your portfolio. So let's.
Gotcha.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Elon looks like a crap. Are you staying live? Yeah, we'll be live for the full event, I believe, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be here half the day. There's a lot to talk about. Guys, you got to get your portfolios ready for the next 6 or 8 months. It's game time. Time to make that
Gulf
money.
of America, C90 said. Yeah, that was a rumor too. I don't know if he's gonna. That's like a. I don't know if that's a heavy hitter for him today, but we'll see. We'll see.
What's going on?
I think they're praying, and we just can't hear.
Please welcome the chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.
This is so weird. The last time they did this was 2016. 2020, like it was all different because of COVID.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 60th presidential inauguration. Today, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance will take their oaths of office, and we will witness the peaceful transfer of power at the heart of our democracy.
I don't have the right shot. Sorry.
It's all good. No, this is perfect.
Here, I can. Well, never mind. It's my screen.
For the past year, I've chaired the inaugural ceremony committee, which includes the leadership of Congress from both parties. We thank the committee and Capitol staff and law enforcement who worked so hard over the last year, and especially the last 3 days.
I'll be right back.
You've done a beautiful job, and you have shown grace under pressure.
Security reasons, security reasons for sure. But when he goes out and we'll see.
Our theme this year is our enduring democracy. The presence of so many presidents and vice presidents here today is truly a testament to that endurance. We welcome President Biden and Dr. Biden.
He's old.
We welcome Vice President Harris and Doug Emhoff, President Obama, President Clinton and Secretary Clinton, President Bush and Laura Bush, Vice President Pence, Vice President Quayle and Marilyn Quayle.
Bitcoin's above 107K again.
The justices of the United States Supreme Court are with us, all 9 of them, I counted. And of course, the Trump and Vance families. This ceremony marks what will soon be 250 years of our democracy. It is the moment when leaders elevated by the will of the people promise to be faithful to our Constitution, to cherish and defend it. It is the moment when they become, as we all should be, the guardians of our country. Through war and peace, through adversity and prosperity, we hold this inauguration every 4 years. And today it falls on Martin Luther King Day, a further reminder that we must strive to uphold the values enshrined in our Constitution, the freedoms, the liberties, and as is inscribed on the entrance of the United States Supreme Court, equal justice under law. But what makes this moment more than a passing ceremony is all who are watching it across the country, the people of this nation, the ordinary people doing extraordinary things. President Kennedy, who at one point worked as a senator in this building and would often walk through this very rotunda, once said, "In a democracy, every citizen, regardless of interest in politics, holds office. Every one of us is in a position of responsibility. With that responsibility of citizenship comes an obligation not to seek out malice, as President Lincoln once reminded us, but to view others with a generosity of spirit.
Chat, what price is Trump playing
our
at?
differences. With that responsibility of leadership comes an obligation to stand our ground when we must and find common ground when we can. With everything swirling around us, the hot mess of division, it is on all of us, to quote an incredible songwriter who just happened to be born in my state, to ensure that our nation's democracy is our shelter from the storm. There's a reason this ceremony takes place at the Capitol. In other countries, it might be in a presidential palace or a gilded executive office building. Here, it is traditionally held at the Capitol, the People's House. It is a fitting reminder of the system of checks and balances that is the very foundation of our government, 3 equal branches of government. That is how, for nearly 250 years, our great American experiment, grounded in the rule of law, has endured. So, as we inaugurate a new president and vice president, let us remember that the power of those in this room comes from the people. The construction workers who build our country, the teachers and healthcare workers who nurture us, the troops defending our freedoms, and yes, the firefighters in Los Angeles putting themselves on the line for us.
Yeah, by the way, guys, if you're trading today, I would be very cautious. It's going to be incredibly volatile today.
Yeah, let's look. Well, I guess I can't because I've got this up, but I wonder if Tron's pumping on that news that just broke about the World Liberty
match theirs.
Gotta be.
May God bless our nation. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for opportunities, that breaking news from World Liberty Fi adding Athena. If you haven't stacked Athena yet, you had a chance, but it's gonna keep rolling. So,
does it send me away when I come off the screen? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I just got the Wall Street Journal just put out a list of executive orders expected to be signed out.
Can
you send me the link? I'll try to look at it.
The ultimate test. To persevere through time is the truest measure of an idea, an institution, and a nation. Our founders wrote the Constitution so that America could withstand all the twists and turns of time. They wrote it to guide us and to preserve forever our right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But as much
if you want to lower the volume and go over the chart, you can.
Enshrined in our
I'll do that. Because I think just keep an eye on chat. Let us know when Trump's coming up and what other stuff you guys. When you do want to look at that, we can keep doing it because I want to look at some of the other opportunities we have because of this and kind of help you guys get positioned because. I do think. I know if you haven't been listening and watching for the last year. Obviously, the opportunity is not as great, but there still is a lot of opportunity in crypto, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Like our
So
United States,
just
both to
prepare
avoid the-
for getting ready to make more money than you've ever imagined in crypto. I think people underestimate how big of the ramifications of this thing that we're going into is going to be, and how much impact there's going to be on the prices. So we are, as far as portfolios to keep in coins to watch, I think one of the big kind of sneaky winners, we talked about it a little bit from the last couple days, has been Radium and Jupiter. And Solana. Obviously, those are going to be coins that aren't directly held by World Liberty Fi. Aave is another one that's doing very well. Athena, I think DeFi, this is something we've been extremely focused on for the last several months, trying to kind of front run a lot of these moves. You guys have been hearing us talk about it on the stream. Like I mentioned, if you haven't joined our Telegram yet, go ahead and do that. We're going to be rolling out a lot of value for you guys in that Telegram very soon. There already is. I know many screenshots of people making thousands of dollars trading. Josh has been in there teaching you guys how to trade. Crypto Crank as well, and many others in our community putting in trade setups and sharing information. And realistically, if you just want to hang out with other people trying to make money in crypto, that's the place to be. We're going to get it a little bit more organized. We're going to start adding some of our crypto news that we are going to be showing, kind of the way we put the shows together before the shows come out, so you can kind of see the news as soon as it's breaking. So that really will be the place to be if you want the breaking news. So yeah, real quick, I'll pull Josh back in. And
we're back.
My problem is I can only, when I'm sharing that tab, I can only share so many things at once. So
know that I am God.
Oh, here's the
supreme
pastor.
among the nations, supreme
Oh,
on
yeah,
the earth.
it's right after this usually when they pray.
Let us pray. Remembering General George Washington.
Here comes
on
all
his
the
knees,
videos. Donald Trump's
Valley
sleeping
Forge,
during his own
recalling
inauguration.
Abraham Lincoln at his second inaugural. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right.
Baron looking around.
Remembering
We got
General
Elon back
George
there.
Patton's instructions to his soldiers as they began the Battle of the Bulge 8 decades ago. Pray. Pray when fighting. Pray alone. Pray with others. Pray by night. Pray by day. Observing the birthday of the Reverend Martin Luther King, who warned, without God, our efforts turn to ashes. We, blessed citizens of this one nation under God, humbled by our claim that in God we trust, gather indeed this inauguration day to pray for our President Donald J. Trump, his family, his advisors, his cabinet, his aspirations, his vice president, for the Lord's blessings upon Joseph Biden, for our men and women in uniform, for each other whose hopes are stoked this new year, this inauguration day. We cannot err in relying upon that prayer from the Bible, upon which our president will soon place his hand in oath, as we make our own the supplications of King Solomon for wisdom as he began his governance. God of our fathers, in your wisdom you set man to govern your creatures, to govern in holiness and justice, to render justice with integrity. Give our leader wisdom, for he is your servant, aware of his own weakness and brevity of life. If wisdom which comes not from you be not with him, he shall be held in no esteem. Send wisdom from heavens that she may be with him, that he may know your designs. Please, God, bless America. Please mend her every flaw. You are the God in whom we trust, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, there are times I'm sure you thought it was pretty dark. But look what God has done. We praise him and give him glory. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, thou hast said, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. As the prophet Daniel prayed, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. for wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings. He raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. Our Father, today, as President Donald J. Trump takes the oath of office once again, we come to say thank you, O Lord our God. Father, when Donald Trump's enemies thought he was down and out, you and you alone saved his life and raised him up with strength and power by your mighty hand. We pray for President Trump that you'll watch over, protect, guide, direct him. Give him your wisdom from your throne on high. We ask that you would bless him and that our nation would be blessed through him. We also ask that you would bless and protect Melania as First Lady. We thank you for the beauty, the warmth, and grace that she shows not only to this nation, but to the whole world. We thank you for Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and his wife Usha and their young family. May he be a strength to President Trump, to stand beside him, to hold up his arms like Aaron held up the arms of Moses in the midst of battle. The prophet Samuel reminded the people, it was you that brought them up from the land of Egypt. And he said, now stand still that I may reason with you before the Lord. So Father, we take this moment to stand still, to remember the great things that you have done for this nation. Thank you for the protection, the bounty, the freedoms that we so enjoy. We remember to keep our eyes fixed on you, and may our hearts be inclined to your voice. We know that America can never be great again if we turn our backs on you.
We're good.
We ask for your help, and we pray all of this in the name of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, your Son, my Savior, and our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Justice Kavanaugh to administer the Vice Presidential Oath of Office.
Finally, dude, we can get rid of Kamala, dude. This is a good moment.
Sorry, I forgot. I didn't realize I was muted. My kid came in and started making a bunch of noise. I was saying, this is really cool. Imagine how intimidating that would be as a kid.
Please raise your right hand.
Yeah, true.
Like, imagine
and
what the
repeat
heck's going
after
through their
me.
head. Like, they, you know, like they're trying to, they don't
I,
even really
James
understand.
David Vance, do solemnly swear
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I
Dude.
take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation.
President Biden, while he's sitting here, just pardoned all of his family members. James Biden, Sarah Biden.
Oh, that just broke out?
Yeah, just like literally, yeah, literally his entire
Pardon,
family.
pardon.
The duties of the office
Biden
of the office
crime family
on
continues.
which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
I like JD, man. It'll be interesting to see how this one rolls.
Let's see. Yeah, we're currently at 106.5. Let's see what's pumping right now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Melania's
please
still at
welcome
$8.
Chief Justice Roberts to administer the Presidential Oath of Office.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull up the Trump token and. All right. I wish I could share more than one thing at a time.
Dude, I wonder if Coinbase is going to launch their own token finally now.
Base? Yeah, I think they will. You mean?
Well, I guess they'll just
Please
tokenize
raise
their
your
stock.
right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John
go.
Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States.
the office of President of the United States.
God, Barron is
Will,
such
to
a
the best
giant.
of my ability,
Dude,
And
he's,
will, to the
Look at
best
him.
of my
he's a
ability,
unit, bro.
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Yeah, why did
Hey,
Biden
went
pardon
green.
down?
That's for our bags right there. The green candles. It's the only
Dummy.
one up there not in black or blue. Dang. That's a salute right there. All right, let's get to the speech. Pump our bags. Let's go.
Yes.
I, Donald J. Trump, do solemnly swear to make Ethereum great again,
Yeah.
to bring DeFi back. Now that's the underrated thing I think a lot of people forget from yesterday is 400,000 new people on chain yesterday. Huge amounts of Phantom Wallet downloads. You know, this is its Netscape moment.
He
so to
broke
speak.
Solana.
Yeah, broke crypto. Broke crypto Twitter for sure.
Oh, dude, it's so funny watching people spiral. I'm like, oh my God.
They change their opinions every other day. That's what I don't understand. Like,
I
if you
know.
thought the Trump
One day
token
they're
was-
like, we like meme coins. The next day they're like, no meme coins.
right. That's what I don't understand. Like, if when you said kind of what you said when you first came on, like if you want a free market, this is what a free market does. You can't have a free market, but only the people you like.
Yeah.
Because they were like, what if Putin launches one and Xi Jinping launches one? It's like, that'd be great. That'd be amazing if the most infamous people in the world all had their own coins. Like, I'm not buying it, but it's bringing a ton of attention to it. You know, like it.
And again, it means, what does that mean for regulation? If they're watching, like, you know, it gives us a lot of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's free market, you know. It's like, if you're not a free market capitalist, I see why you'd hate this. They're like, you know, but
Right.
if you're in crypto, you're kind of already.
Again, when this wraps up, I've got a lot of takes on it. I actually really like the one from an AI agent that was like kind of breaking it down. Of like, yeah, this is how it goes. And then I'm also building. I want to show, and I want to get chat's opinion on coin. You know, like Trump coins, so to speak. Not just the ones that World Liberty Fi holds, but like what are all the coins that we think are going to benefit so far from the involvement of the Trumps, whether that like Jupiter and Radium, for example, being a little bit on the outskirts. I don't know if they directly bought Ondo or not, but
did you follow the? I did a video on it a while. I launched a Trump portfolio watch list. So it's got like Aerodrome. It's got all the ones tied to Coinbase, all the ones tied to World Liberty DeFi.
Perfect. I've got almost the exact same thing. I just want to start comparing and make sure I'm not missing anything because, again, I think that might be basically the easiest portfolio designation, the easiest way to set up your portfolio for pretty automatic gains over the next couple of years, over the next year or so.
Dude, it's crazy watching Bitcoin move by $2,000 in a single minute candlestick. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, it's at 106. It's moving right now, right? 106. It's pumping
No, it's
harder.
at 104
Oh, no,
now.
104. Okay, it was at 106.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so volatile.
All right, if I do this, do you still hear the sound from my computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can turn down the sound if you want.
Yeah,
and then
I
just,
can,
like-
but I just can't switch off of it to show anything. I have it pretty low. So, you can't even pull it up. Dang it. I guess I could switch and then
103 now, 102 now. It's dumping.
So Bitcoin's dumping, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so what predictions, chat? Let me know. What do you guys have? I'm going to switch over. Oh,
Buy the rumor, sell the news, dude.
no, I don't think so. I think it pumps the rest of this week. But what do you guys think, chat? Do you think it continues to pump this week? Or do you think we're going to pull back?
All I think is crazy is that the Bears that said that we were going to go to wreck their audiences the last few weeks. It's going to go to 0.
Dan A says these cameramen are doing some of these people dirty with those close-ups.
Did you see Mark Zuckerberg's face? He got caught.
Yeah, well, you saw he's
girl.
yeah, he's already viral meme of him looking at Zuckerberg's wife or whatever. So
it's like you can't do anything when you're on camera, dude.
no. All right, singing and singing. So will he announce? Okay, chat, let us know. One in the chat if you think he announces a strategic Bitcoin reserve in this speech.
Dude, that would send it.
Yeah, will and then if it does, how much impact do we get? He's officially sworn in. Let me know what you think. Oh, lots of ones rolling in.
That's all ones, dude.
Yeah.
I retire by tomorrow. Still bullish on Arkham? Yes, dude. Nothing changed, guys. Nothing changed. I'm still holding it. What is Arkham at, by the way? 130 still, probably? Let me see. 120, dude. That was one of my worst spot entries yet.
Fetterman shows up at the inauguration in gym shorts. Oh, you got, yeah, basement line. Look at them go. Look at that. I love it.
Yeah, dude. I'm still bullish on like pretty much every spot hold I'm holding. Like, I think it's kind of crazy to be bearish on these markets right now. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's like people are like, it's gonna, dude, we're already back up to 104.
It's
gonna be volatile.
Look, if people in your world are bearish and they're making you, feel fear, uncertainty, and doubt, just cut that out of your life. Unfollow them. You need to not be listening to that because I think too many people have too much PTSD from the last cycles. What we're about to experience is going to be one of the most epic runs of all time, and you don't want to get shaken out and be questioning yourself when that's going on. This is the time.
Chat. Here you go, chat. Name one time bears are right.
Yeah. Basically, it's
you can't. You can't name a time. Bears have never been like short term, sure, but like, dude, all the bears that have been
here we go
fighting back. It's been crazy. Here we go. We're back up to 104.5.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation,
to Joe Biden
and we will
and
not
Harris
allow
right there.
ourselves to be taken advantage of
It'd be
any
rough time
longer.
for him.
During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
Does putting Trump first mean putting America first, in his opinion? Just curious.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed.
I think yes.
Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal.
Get to the
And
crypto.
all of these many betrayals that have taken
That's
place.
gonna be last for sure.
And to give the people back their
He knows
faith,
what he's doing.
their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom.
He knows the crypto
From
people are
this
crazy, and they're going to
moment
stay here till the end to watch the
America's
crypto part.
decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way.
All right, who thinks he'll get to the end
journey
and not
to
mention
reclaim
crypto
our
at all? Let
republic
us know.
has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried
think he
to
just said the
take
word
my freedom and indeed to take my life.
You think he says what?
Just a few months ago in a
I think he said
beautiful
something about the
Pennsylvania
economy and
field,
crypto
an
as a whole.
assassin's bullet ripped
I think so
through
too.
my ear.
I think he says we're going to bring crypto
But I
back
felt
to the
then
United
and
States.
believe even more so now that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Oh, the instant he was sworn in, they bought another $4.7 billion or $1 million worth of Bitcoin. 6 minutes ago, they just bought more
World
Bitcoin.
Liberty Fi?
Yep.
Bought more Bitcoin. All right.
6 minutes ago. Thanks to Arkham.
Thank you very much.
Crypto is that important, dude. Whoever said it's not, like.
That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
We got BNB moving. That Bitcoin, that news is probably what spiked the Bitcoin price.
It is my hope
From
that our
103
recent
to 105.
presidential election will be remembered as
Went to
the
101.
greatest and most consequential
Oh, yeah,
election
Wix, yeah.
in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states. And the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just keeping up with Twitter to see if anything, or X, if anything breaks
National
out.
unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button, by the way. There's like almost 2,500 people watching right now. Hit that like button, guys.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
All right. Second, Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Come on.
Second.
I don't think it's going to be second, but I'll take it. I wanted to be first.
There's people dying.
Yeah, because of unsound money.
Real.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release.
Come on.
And I will send troops to the
bag.
southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Bad news for cartels. Well, good news for DEA, I guess.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Well, that's interesting. National energy emergency. That's good for big. That's how he's going to bring Bitcoin mining back, making energy a priority. Make Bitcoin in America. We want Bitcoin made in America.
Back up to
America
105.35,
will be a
by the way.
manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it.
We need it, man. We had a huge reserve of oil a few years ago.
We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again right to the top, and export American energy all over the world.
Yeah, J2, we actually
We will
flew
be a
through our
rich nation again,
entire oil
and
reserve.
it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it.
Speaking of liquid gold,
with my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
I know. I thought he was about to say Bitcoin. Come on. Like, get that liquid oil and the digital oil.
In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families.
I was going to talk about
Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Standing innovation on that one.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Doge went on an absolute tear after the Department of Government Efficiency.
Did it? I'm trying to look that up right now.
Doge is, I mean, it's moving anyway. Went up, went down.
Oh, gotcha.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
What do you think about that? You think he'll say he's ending Operation Choke Point 2.0?
He might. That's a little bit too
specific.
And
specific.
I will sign
Well,
an
yeah,
order
it's
to
complex
stop
for the
our
regular
warriors
audience.
from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
So many funny memes coming out of this.
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
Yeah, everybody's getting their squats in today. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Thank you. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And we
wow,
will
he
restore
did do
the
it.
name
That's crazy.
Of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be.
That's crazy. So, poly market bettors are making money off that one, dude.
This goes to show we are not prepared for what's coming over the next 4 years.
President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal. which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Oh,
That's
intense.
heavy, dude.
Yeah, he ain't messing around. No, that's not war with Panama, C90. We trust me. We're not going to war with them.
No, they'll just give it up. You know?
It's the people that control Panama.
Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together, we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
If he doesn't say anything about crypto, it's going to dump. How much longer do you think we have till he wraps up? Elon. It's like $1 trillion sitting over there in that section between Zuckerberg, Elon, and Bezos. Almost a trillion.
Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation. And right now, our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers.
There it goes.
The spirit of the frontier is written
It'd be
into
in this
our
section
hearts.
of anything.
The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge.
If you guys think this is a crash, you guys...
After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America, promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We're going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, he's not going to mention.
In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism.
There's a lot of people betting that he does.
Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
That's just going to tank, dude.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
1019, 1018, 1017, 101.
You, really or no?
Yeah, swear. Yeah, 1016.
Here, oh, you can't. Let's see. Is he going to say anything else, or is that it?
You should be doing the executive orders now.
Thank you.
Is that Jimmy's song right there in the Bitcoin in the cowboy hat on the side?
Ladies and gentlemen, performing
Crypto.com CEO is in the front row,
please welcome
or one of the front rows.
Forces Chorus and Carrie
All right.
Underwood.
So we don't need this, right?
No.
Carrie Underwood. Dang.
We don't need to listen to Carrie Underwood sing right now.
All right, so, and I don't know if Kelly, if you're in the wings or whatever, if you want to hop in, but well, all right. So he didn't talk about it. Now what?
Sell everything, pack your bags. That's over, guys. It's over, man. No, but he did mention it last night. So
Yeah.
I again, people look. I get it, guys. There's a level of selfishness and greed that does come with the wants it to be announced today, but I like it's a subcategory of the entire population. So I'm still incredibly bullish, dude. I think if people wanted to expect that and see their pump their bags today, it's like it is what it is. But we're looking at still pretty decent movement today. I mean, still last 24 hours up 1%. But man, yeah, we might lose that LTF here soon. And if we lose that low, you're looking at probably a dip back into the 90,000s, the high 90s here. And this comes after, of course, his, let's see, I want to see his token real quick. Right now, Trump coin.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was just looking at. That's what I was just looking at.
45.
Yeah,
45
bucks. Back a little bit.
No, $37. Wow. 37.
Yeah, Trump is dumping hard. The Trump coin, which I don't know why. I don't know why anybody thought he would have mentioned that. So here is, let's look at this portfolio though. While you guys are here, let me know in the chat, which by the way, I know it looks like we missed a couple super chats. And sorry about that. We're on the system that's a little bit different. So I don't know if this guy's still here. Sean Splain on the ETH topic, L2s in 2025, 60K ARB at $1.20 average. Am I better off hoping for a $5 ARB or rolling into project with stronger fundamentals or narrative? I don't know if you're still here. But my play with layer 2s, whether it's Matic, especially the older ones, Matic, Arbitrum, Optimism, as soon as I saw Coinbase doing base, I said I want to get involved with the base ecosystem as fast as possible, even though I can't buy a base token, but wouldn't shock me at this point if they do launch a base token. So it was kind of like a double-edged, like if I involve with their ecosystem, use Aerodrome, use Morpho, use Moonwell, all those types of products, then you're going to get the advantage of the airdrop if base ever does drop a token. But I've seen huge amounts of money obviously roll into those things since it dropped. So been sticking with that one pretty well and seeing it pay off. So I like that. But outside, I'm trying to find where I put that stupid that Trump portfolio stuff that I just put together. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything because I think here it is. All right, if we look at these coins.
Yeah, we're about to break 100K.
Are about to go back underneath. I guess I could go over here.
I still think we might end up bouncing it later today.
Yeah, we will. I mean, this is standard volatility. I feel like this is nothing like
100%.
Go to the daily. That is not a bad looking chart. Right, you look if you go really close to it,
3-second chart.
Right, you go into the 1 minute, that looks terrible, but it's like when in doubt, zoom out. The 30-minute, there you go. There you can see the lead up to it, and this is why we say especially be careful trading these things. This was leading into the speech, so if you had a long, great, but you better have closed it because this kind of action wipes out longs and shorts both directions. So. But the further you zoom out, the more bullish it looks. And that, to me, is about as healthy looking chart as possible. Sure, could it? Like, I actually don't mind. The more we consolidate around these levels and create a really strong support, the better I feel. So I think we're moving up.
To be honest, you might want to buy the dip, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what Chemistry Bro, right before we wrapped up, mentioned. He said he's not going to mention it. Price is going to dip. World Liberty 5 buys a lot. And then they do the executive order later on, and then the pumps start coming in. So we got a lot of people in stats saying just got liquidated, XRP liquidated. Wish I'd waited before setting up my portfolio. Yeah, it's true. But so now let me come back to this this tab here because I want to hear what your thoughts on it. Let's see if I can zoom. Oop, there we go. That's pretty much the list. And I'm throwing like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, those are obvious. Aave, very clear. He's purchased straight up. Ondo, he's purchased straight up. Athena. But some of the outside ones, okay, Radium and Jupiter. Did I put Solana in here? I didn't finish putting Solana in here. So Radium, Jupiter, and Solana now on this list. And so this list is getting pretty long, pretty fast. And I don't really think you need to be out of, I mean, it's easy to want to hold tons of altcoins, 20, 30, 40, but really somewhere in that 10 to 20 range for alt season is probably, that's where I like to hang out with my portfolio, not have 100 different coins in there. And this Trump portfolio is getting pretty close. Now they just World Liberty Fi added Tron. Curve, none of them have added, but I've got this in here as a kind of a sneaky one because if they're going to be doing DeFi, like maybe they stick on Aave and Curve, I don't know, or Aave and Uniswap, but I have a feeling they're going to branch into some Curve stuff. But also really, I'm super bullish, as you guys know, on Arrow and Morpho and Moonwell a little bit as well. But Morpho seems to be getting the business from Coinbase. So it's like whoever Coinbase is using on base, those are pretty much, to me, have been just slam dunk easy wins. And I think we're going to continue to see that. Trump is very closely aligned with Coinbase. He's also very closely aligned with Kraken. So it's almost another one to keep an eye on is what will Kraken do? They've announced L2 called Inc., which is basically the same thing as Base. And that's another project that I would keep an eye on. Anything DeFi related that has anything to do with Inc., I would get into those projects very early because some of the biggest, wealthiest whales in crypto are on Kraken. And they've been very closely aligned with Trump at the inauguration. They were the first one to launch the Trump token. Coinbase will be launching it as well, but you know that they worked with them to be the first ones to launch that. So, and we even saw it with some of these teams. I don't know if I have them up here still. Jupiter came out and said they worked with Trump. Yeah, here it is. We work closely with the team in ensuring an S-tier launch for Trump, which obviously is one of the biggest launches in the history of crypto. Thanks for the school, Moonshot. This is another instrument. They don't have a token, but this was one that allowed for Apple Pay. They were the ones who really onboarded all of these people so quickly. So keeping an eye on these type of projects that are working directly with them. As you guys know, Ondo, Josh has mentioned a lot. Athena, those are direct things. But then we've also got some of the indirect stuff like Arkham, which Josh again has mentioned, through other individual. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have closed that. But yeah, I think there's a lot to be done here. That's, in my opinion, pretty straightforward. Just don't overthink it. I had a really good. Let me find it. Oh, hey,
Chainlink just posted a really good post. If you want to go to Chainlink's Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, and we got Kelly Kellum coming in here. Let me see if I can get. Hey, what's up, Kelly? How's it going?
It's I'm going well. I think it was pretty. I don't want to say telegraphed. It seems pretty sensible that he did not mention the SBR, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Regards to when we're looking out over this quarter, I don't think this is anything to be worried about. If anything, if we're so bullish, then we should be jumping at the opportunity on these, not only Bitcoin but the other altcoins as well, to take advantage of these opportunities. Because I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to be very green across the board here in the very near future. So let's jump at this opportunity. I see you there, Josh. You're jumping at the opportunity on the desk.
I'm jumping at it, man. I'm jumping at it. No, I know we just touched 100K, bounced back up to 102 here. I think people just need to realize, well, one, the strategic reserve was never going to get announced. What would have been announced would have been like an executive order not to sell the Bitcoin on their balance sheets. For the executive order for a Bitcoin strategic reserve, that's going to take not only 12 months, but that's going to take some time to actually be able to be established. So what I would have personally heard or liked to hear was just simply, that we're going to be the most pro crypto, market.
Well, there's one concern I have. Go to me on full screen. I'll share this just so people can see it. I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know if I can.
Well, this is fine. They can see this. There's no mention of Bitcoin strategic on his speech, but also this right here, Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, not listed as an immediate priority in the document sent to Republican lawmakers by the Trump admin. Now, does this mean that we're not going to get it? I think that there's still going to be some sort of crypto-focused executive orders that happen, whether it's today or sometime this week. But in the event that it doesn't happen today or tomorrow, again, I think this is just going to create deeper and better opportunities with prices because it is coming.
Yeah, I mean, what we know for sure is like Cynthia and Lummis and them want to establish one where we start buying like whatever it is, 1 million Bitcoin over the course of 5 years. That is something that's going to take months and months and months to even get approved and to, get through our systems in general. But what I would expect is like within the first 100 days, you'll see is, again, he'll sign off on something that says the U.S. government will not sell any of its Bitcoin that it has confiscated from, any crime over the last decade. So Silk Road, Bitcoin, et cetera, that type of stuff. If we do that, that will indirectly create the first ever Bitcoin strategic reserve. It's kind of that first step. So that's the first big one. But I think people are also just missing out here. I mean, look, guys, I'm greedy too. I wanted to see it today. But your biggest takeaway here is what people was, trashing on, which was the fact that Donald Trump launched a meme coin. So if you really don't think deregulation or re-regulation is going to come around within the Web3 sector and that he's going to incentivize growth, money, and capital to flow into the states, you're delusional. You are delusional. The president of the United States of America launched a meme coin for him and his wife.
Exactly.
Like him or not, I don't care. Like him or not,
there was hundreds.
It doesn't matter.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
This is really good for any entrepreneur and anybody that is in the U.S. when it comes to these capital markets.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to pull this up and just try to keep it simple. Like if you're overthinking it a little bit, like we've never had a cycle where companies were consistently buying Bitcoin, like institutions, businesses. We're hearing that. I think Rumble officially bought, I think today, ETFs were buying thousands of coins a day. Michael Saylor had unlimited access to funds. The president was issuing meme coins. The entire U.S. administration was literally the entire U.S. administration is pro-crypto. That right there, I think, is a little lost on some people. Like, it's one thing to have a pro-crypto president. It's one thing to have a pro crypto head of the SEC. It's one thing to have a pro crypto treasury secretary. It's one, like we've had anti crypto in all of those seats the past 4 years. Now we've got pro crypto in every major decision-making seat. And that's part of why I think, again, people overthink this. The two biggest mistakes you can make this cycle are overthinking things, which I see people do all the time, and PTSD from last cycles in bear markets. If you guys haven't been through 2 or 3 cycles, the last cycle that we went through wasn't like most cycles. It was a little muted. I think the price action was weird, and I think we're going to return to form this cycle. And I see so many people that when they've only gone through that cycle thinking those are the like 100K might be the top, 105 might be the top type of people. And I think that a lot of them are missing the forest through the trees. If you just keep it simple, more eyes on crypto is good. More money into crypto, that's good. Crypto legal in the United States, that's good. Like, dude, none of those things are complicated. All of those things.
Some people in chat are even saying about. I see a lot of people that are bearish in chat. That just makes me more bullish. This is repetitive. Like, how many of you guys, like all the bears in chat, did you sell at 90K last week? Like, now you're just mad that you missed out on the entire pump. Name one thing that's bearish moving into this cycle. Like, oh, well, there's going to be a black swan, Joshua. There's going to be a black swan. We're going to go to World War III with Greenland. Like, what are you, like, they're saying, like, what they want, we're smoking. I want what you're smoking, because that stuff is good, man. Like, if you have this visualization that there's going to be a World War III, which, again, even if that were to happen, by the way, the entire financial market would collapse. Like, no one, like, that would just be in itself unreal. But yeah, I don't. Again, most pro-crypto Trump or pro-crypto administration to ever hit the planet. This is going to cause now a This is why capitalism is so awesome, guys. This is why socialism never freaking works. Like, what's going to take place now is the United States going to be at the forefront of all this innovation, all this energy production. Our inflation costs are going to come down while all these other second world, first world countries are struggling. China's economy is in the gutter. They rely us entirely on agriculture. They need us for the energy sector. You're looking at the UK is broken. Europe is broken. Russia is doing kind of decent. But in terms of like global application, the U.S. is where it is. And if all that capital is going to come into the United States, they're going to incentivize U.S. companies to grow. You're going to see all of the U.S.-based crypto. SWI announced it today, guys. SWI announced that they're in the United States. They're established on that list. So you're just looking at a ton of capital. We're talking billions of dollars that's going to flood into the sector. You're talking trillions of dollars that are going to be tokenized, all within the U.S. That's over the next 3 to 4 years. You have all the laws, the rules, and regulations taking place. You have Paul Atkins taking over the head. Gary Gensler got fired today. Do you guys remember that? Gary Gensler got the entire administration that attacked Ripple, that attacked XRP, that attacked the entire crypto industry over the last 4 years. They are removed today. So the jail cell that we were stuck in as a crypto culture, not knowing
and still pushing up while we were stuck in that.
Still pushing up. We're back to $104,000 Bitcoin. So it's going to be volatile. But like, if you guys think for 1 second, institutions are going to be buying these dips when you see World Liberty, Donald J. Trump, he just bought $43 million worth of Bitcoin today. That is what we saw from World Liberty DeFi. And then there's people out there like, nah, top of the market's in. So this is what you guys are saying. Type 1 in chat. Do you think Donald Trump bought the top of the market? Yes or no? 1 in chat for yes, 2 in chat for no.
Well, with that, it's not just these executive orders, I think, are going to start to, once they start rolling out, set a precedent also for what's to come. Like if I think some people find it bearish even when you say there's a strategic Bitcoin reserve that's going to be established, but maybe that just means in 2025 they don't sell. That already in and itself is bullish as it could be, because that starts the race officially globally for this international arms race for Bitcoin. In addition to that, if that's the case, then what follows? Is there going to be something potentially like paying your taxes in Bitcoin gives you some sort of tax incentive on the capital gains there, or maybe no capital gains if you're paying your taxes with it? Is it the External Revenue Service? Is it going to be all
capital gains?
What's that?
I think you're definitely going to see like we're going to compete with Dubai. Like when I was in Abu Dhabi speaking with the financial minister, like when we were out there with their regulators and they were talking about our capital markets opening up, they were talking about investing. Their conversation wasn't, they're very blunt out there. They're like, no, we hate Joe Biden. They're all very, very MAGA conservative out there. So the fact that they were looking at those markets opening up and they were having conversations around similar capital interests with our markets, you're going to see some things that are very similar. So whether it's a 4% corporation tax on US-based crypto companies, similar to what you're seeing in Dubai, you're going to see some insane incentives for growth within the U.S. sector.
No, I mean, I completely agree. And again, like echoing the fact that anybody can be bearish right now. The only argument I can make for being bearish is if you're bearish on a 1 minute chart. Sure. But when you talk about Bitcoin as a whole and what's happening, I still, I mean, look at what the weekly candle was looking like just on this this push
You
up.
can share your screen if you want.
We broke all-time highs.
I don't see the screen.
Yeah, we broke all-time highs. Which you want me to share it on here? Or you want me to share it on?
No, I. The problem is that we lose you when you share. But I wanted to show a couple of things real quick before I hopped off, and then you can hop into those charts. I don't know if you can. Are you? Oh yeah, there you go. Now I've got your screen. Now I can add it to the stage. There you go.
Yeah, just a reminder. This was lost in all the news today. We broke all-time highs today already. We got to move up over 109, almost $1,000 higher than the previous top here. Broke up here, and I mean, all we're doing right now is just giving more. We're giving more substance to this area, a lot more volume being traded in here. The fact that this broke down on some people say it was a Trump coin launch, liquidity. Well, ignore every news bit whatsoever. We broke out of the zone. We effectively came back, retested that, flipped this previous resistance to support, and now we're still holding beautifully. Even if we got to move down to 91 or something, this would only make me more bullish as a buyer, because what is coming with everything we've talked about, scheduled buys with nations, and more nations going to be coming on board. MicroStrategy still has $18 billion on the sideline from their convertible debt that they've done, that they're able to deploy. The fact that Amazon, Google, Microsoft are not in yet. There's nothing to be bearish, on a monthly to multi-year basis. Everything here in any price lower is just a godsend of an opportunity to take advantage of, especially now that we have a bit of a playbook from Donald Trump himself, also through that proxy of World Liberty Finance, seeing what they're stacking into, the mentions that there may be this sort of benefit for taxes and capital gains on American-based coins. The fact that SUI is moving here. We are becoming that magnet again for not only innovation, but also for the crypto ecosystem to really be supported here, which is only going to also not just mean for those developers. It means there's going to be support and positivity and confidence from venture capitalists and large money to pour into this space, whether it be via investment or development. So I'm super bullish, and any dip from here, I'm super bullish on.
All right, real quick, let me pull up a couple things, and then I've got to hop off, and I'll let you and Josh take it from there on the prices. But I had now I lost. I had some second, third order effects I wanted to share about where I think this is going, because I think you guys just shared some really, really good insights there. And this kind of echoes that. If I can get it, here we go. Share this tab instead. All right. So I do think a lot of these things, this is from Ansem, crypto perps, perpetuals legalized in the UX in the next 4 years. This would be, I think we'll see that happen. Strategic Bitcoin reserve implemented. Influx of crypto talented founders to the US. This is something Josh mentioned. Fee switches enabled for all DeFi coins. I think this DeFi is going to absolutely have its time. Banks' ability to hold stable coins on balance sheets. This is happening. And again, once banks can start holding coins and participating in DeFi, that is going to have an insane effect. And all those things are getting, all the path on that stuff is getting cleared right now. So other guy here, a lot of these people I just think these are solid takes. They've been around a while. Some other, Jay here, Base is going to launch a token sooner than later, which we talked about earlier in the stream. This is a bit of a stretch, but I like it. Coin,
Do you think
stretch.
So?
I think they will. Yeah, I think they will.
I think there's a chance they tokenize, but
what's that?
I would love them to. I think there's also a chance they just end up tokenizing their stock.
They will. I think they will tokenize their stock, and then will that tie into Base? And that's kind of what this is. Coin holders get some allocation, so we could see something like that happen there. He says certain countries are going to tighten up capital controls. Trump is extracting dollars from around the world in size. I think that factor is something that's lost on a lot of people. A lot of the people that bought Trump token don't live in the United States, right? So these are people with money outside of the U.S. dollar. That money just left all of those other nations.
You know what's crazy is no U.S. regular investor was allowed to touch World DeFi. That's what pisses me off. When people are out here going, why are they launching all this? Dude, my money, my choice. That is the whole point of crypto, was to abolish the Federal Reserve, to break away from an insurance company or the second intermediary bank telling me what I can and can't do with my cash. If If I want to buy a meme coin, I can buy a meme coin. If I want to buy Pokemon trading cards, I can buy Pokemon trading cards. If I want to go gamble at the casino, I go gamble at the casino. That is the point of a free market. Now, of course, you need, certain restrictions and guardrails up, but you can't pick and choose who you want to do this, because of who you like. Like, that is what the point of a free market is. That is free market capitalism. So, I'm very excited for that. And I don't think people understand what the value of an open capital market looks like. Look at Singapore. Most of the people that are mad about any of this taking place or mad about a free market, they've never been outside the United States. They've never been to another company or another country that has better financial markets, whether it's Abu Dhabi, Dubai, or Singapore, or even in Hong Kong's even starting to emerge in their countries, in the gutter. So it's, people just don't realize what accessible markets look like to individuals. And us as U.S. representatives or U.S. investors or U.S. entrepreneurs being able to access that for the first time. And man, I honestly would say the .com bubble was the last time we saw this type of emergence. Maybe you can argue Silicon Valley, but I think after the .com bubble, they slapped way too many regulations on the industry. They slapped, lobbyists came in from the oil sector, the energy sectors, every single financial sector you could think of, and they centralized it. They consolidated that power. And now the best traders that have been trading are all of the politicians like Nancy Pelosi. Those are like our best traders in our economy. This breaks all of that up. It gives it the power back to those people, power to the investors, power to the entrepreneurs, and it saves us, dude. Like, look, literally 2 weeks ago, I was talking with TJ here. Like, if we were to lose TikTok, I was like literally looking at moving outside the country. That's almost 1 million followers. That's a huge market segment. There's like 7 million Americans, by the way, not just myself, that are using this for small time businesses or, just full business effects in general. Then on top of that, if we were to have tighter crypto regulation, and we were being pushed, straight up pushed outside of the United States, that is not good for any market.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I think they will solve that. A couple more things I think are going to happen. Sol ETF getting passed in 2025. I think that got lost in the noise a little bit, but ProShares did file for a Solana ETF Friday night. So I do think we're going to see that again.
They did?
Yeah. I think that will happen in 2025, or at least, pretty soon. This was an interesting one. Robinhood and others launching perpetuals. Strategic Bitcoin reserve, again, even higher if Trump rotates profits from Trump into Bitcoin, effectively kickstarting the reserve. Like, that's the part I think that's lost on a lot of people, is what his options are to do with these funds. And if they take profit and roll it in, like, again, he could donate it to the United States. I'm going to kickstart the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin reserve with my own personal funds. Like, the political play he could get out of some of this stuff is pretty big. But this was the last thing. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button. Hold on. Share tab. I have to do this and then jump back over to it. This, to me, was one of the better breakdowns of what just happened. And this is the way I was kind of looking at it, because everybody's trying to make it about Trump chose my chain, or he's Bitcoin, or he's Ethereum, or he's Solana, or he's this, or he's that. And the truth is, he's just systematically working his way through crypto. So Trump chose Bitcoin for digital gold, right? Basically to store value. He wants to put his savings in Bitcoin. He chose Ethereum for DeFi, stablecoins, NFT, DAO treasury, and he chose Solana for a personal meme coin. If you think Trump is singularly picking one ecosystem over the other, then you have a big bias. His actions show that he is for all crypto sectors: digital gold, DeFi, stablecoins, NFTs, meme coins, store value, all of it. He even went in order of market cap: Bitcoin, July 2024, Ethereum, September 2024, Solana, January 2025. The strategic progression to show that America is now pro everything crypto now that the president is on our industry side as a DeFi founder, an NFT creator, and meme coin founder. If the government continues Operation Choke Point, then they choke out the leader of the government. That's not going to happen anymore. These channels of digital gold, DeFi, stablecoins, NFT, meme coins are now free to grow. I think that's the biggest point right there. These things are now free to grow with little government interference for the next 4 years. And that's what's been holding this industry back this entire time, because nobody has been able to grow without fear of being shut down. Nobody's been able to have, a couple takeaways. Innovation isn't going to be hindered in the U.S. anymore, and many countries are going to follow suit. Scams, insider trading, fraud, all that stuff, it's going to be even more prevalent, unfortunately. So be very careful out there. Again, if you guys want to learn how to navigate these things, join our Telegram group. The link's in the description or in the chat. We're going to be doing some really good stuff with that over the next probably a couple of weeks from now, but we've got some really big things rolling out that I think you guys are going to take major advantage of. Trump means business with crypto. It will likely be one of his biggest legacies leaving this office. So all of those things got me pretty excited. That was kind of my core takeaway from this weekend, other than Solana ecosystem. It's going to be strong. We're going to see a lot more people launch on there. Super bullish on DeFi, whether it's Jupiter and Radium or Aerodrome and Morpho and Curve, whether it's basically Ethereum, DeFi, Solana DeFi, base, or Ethereum and base DeFi, Solana memes. I don't know. I'm bullish on all of it. My brain kind of broke watching everything that happened this weekend. It's going to be a crazy year this year and a crazy 4 years of a presidency. I really do think 2025 is going to be the most epic year of crypto ever. I mean, looking at the numbers that these DeFi platforms were doing was just nuts. Like what amount that Aerodrome made in fees. And I was tripping out about how bullish this stuff is going to get. So I don't know. That's all.
They're going to just make more money too. Better taxes, more adoption, more investors. Like the KYC AML laws, like most people don't realize this, like 1% of the money that we put into that actually captures like illicit activity. Like we're just captivating our own investors. We're centralizing an open market and condensing it into an oligarchy. What's the famous phrase that we always talk about? Like, you blame your enemy, or, say what your enemy's doing, what you're doing. What's the famous phrase there? From I don't know if it's like a Marcus Aurelius, or Mark Twain. I think it's Mark Twain.
I can't remember.
But, chat will pick it up here. But
know thy enemy? Is that what you're talking about?
What's that?
Know thy enemy?
No, it's like where, I'm spacing out on the word right now, but it's blame your enemy, accuse your enemy of what you're doing.
Oh, I see.
It's like, and that's exactly what the current administration, or not the current one, but the Biden administration did over the last 4 years. And it's like, dude, this is the golden age of crypto. I tweeted this out. I said, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, just bought $47 million worth of Bitcoin today, and you are bearish. And it's a screenshot of World Liberty Finance buying $47 million worth of Bitcoin at $103,000. Like and then I was like, this is the golden age of crypto. Don't miss it because some anon dumbass libtard selling a course on X told you otherwise. That's the focus point here. It's RWAs, tokenization, guys. It's all opening up. It's going to open up to all of these banks, all of these hedge funds, all these asset management companies, all these credit unions. Everything is going to tokenize these assets because it is Wall Street 2.0. It is better, faster, quicker, cheaper. These banks make more money. These politicians make more money. And us, the users, make more money. This is the way we are progressing. And if you don't progress that way, some company or other country is going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, this was an interesting chart I had talking about why I think last cycle got a little bit muted. So this is market cap growth per presidential term. This was, obviously we've got diminished returns, and this is demonstrated. But you can see how this one was not organic compared to the other two. Like, this is not a trend. This is an outlier right here. And I think we're going to see this one be back up into this, we're going to see huge market cap growth in this 4 years compared to what we saw in the last 4 years while this was happening. Choke point 2.0 basically held the crypto industry in place for the major players of the world to get positioned. And now this here, it's going to absolutely rocket. So when I saw this,
flex the nose quote there, you're going to like that quote.
Put up what? Oh,
flex the north, the north. The North. He said he didn't mention stocks either. You don't see stock investors moaning. It's about the Trump's speech here today. I thought that was a good one.
Oh, this one. Yeah, he didn't mention stocks either. You don't see stock. Yeah. Sorry.
That was a
good point. Yeah, it's a good point. And that was kind of the point I was getting at when the market reacted so harshly to the Melania drop. Like, sure, us in crypto culture thought that was crazy, but nobody else in the real world would think that was weird. Like, oh yeah, Trump dropped a token. Okay, Melania did. Sure, that doesn't surprise me. I'm not selling my Trump token. I'm not buying Melania, but I'm not selling my Trump token. Like, I think that's how a lot of regular people would view it. So, but last thing I wanted to mention, unless you had anything specific, Josh, but is to not forget, like, I am very bullish on Trump. I do think building the Trump portfolio, kind of following along with his moves would be very, very easy. But also my next favorite one, it's Trump, it's DeFi, but it's also AI agents, right? And this is from our very own Hannah Hughes, great post here. But she broke it down. How long will the AI agent / DeFi AI meta last? I think that DeFi AI is really just getting started. A chart from Masari kind of shows how the AI index is tracking along the meme index, and it's kind of right in range. And so there's plenty of room left to run on this. I think AI agents are going to do extremely well over the next several months. There's a few I'm looking at. I think I had one. Yeah. And I don't know. This is old. This was when the Trump token dropped. Hey, Anon token is one of the ones that I'm keeping my eye on for DeFi AI. I think this is one, again, if you guys are in the Telegram, stay tuned. But and if you're not in the Telegram, you should get in there because we're going to have some big stuff coming. This is one that I think this one's going to be really good. So just keep an eye on that. Don't sleep on AI agents. I think there's still tons of opportunity in this market ahead. I keep saying last thing. I'm doing the Kelly. But I did want to give a shout out to the girls in crypto. The crypto ball pretty much completely overshadowed by the Trump meme coin drop. But I did think this was just kind of cool. I just wanted to give a shout out to Natalie Burnell and all the women in crypto.
Oh, that was such a sick dress.
Yeah, this was great. And this kind of shows why, we got a lot of nerds, got a lot of DeFi guys, got a lot of dudes doing dude stuff in crypto, but no guy obviously could have really pulled this off. And this, I think, is going to go down as a pretty iconic moment. This is obviously AOC. I want to say Met Gala Ball wore this tax the rich thing. It got super famous. Natalie Burnell kind of taking inspiration, doing Fix the Money. This could go down as an iconic moment in Bitcoin history that I don't think many guys would have thought of or been able to pull off, obviously. So just shout out to the girls in crypto. We need that type of...
DZ could have pulled off that dress, to be honest.
Who? What's that?
DZ. I think DZ could have pulled off the dress.
Yeah, maybe in a different timeline. But just in general, I just wanted to shout out to all the girls in crypto because, we need that. So
no, it's a good dress. It's funny watching AOC meltdown on Twitter today. I don't know, I've been watching her meltdown videos. I mean, she's a genius marketer, dude. She's literally so two-faced, it's crazy. Like, she'll be like publicly on a congressional hearing, like, screw this, and then literally vote against what she was advocating for. And she, but Natalie Brunel, definitely leading the woman in the crypto space for sure. Really good to see here. Bitcoin back up to 103.5 though. Yeah, it just goes to show we're bouncing off. I think anything sub 100K, guys, at this point is going to be incredibly opportunistic for a lot of these hedge funds, a lot of these asset management companies. Again, you got to realize banks now are going to be looking at Bitcoin no longer as a liability, so they'll be able to add these assets to their balance sheets. That's going to bring an influx of billions of dollars in inflows. You have, of course, Rumble and corporations going to start adding it to their balance sheets as well. That's just Bitcoin in general. You're going to see a lot more adoption too in terms of the Ethereum side, the Chainlink side, the Link side. I think you're going to see, Ondo. Next 2 weeks are going to be insane. So global markets is February 6th. And again, that's BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, the CFTC, by the way. Multiple commissioners are speaking up in regards to this. So going to be a really important 2 weeks here to see those tokenization efforts and see those product launches take place. You had Chainlink tweet out here, though. I wanted to tell Chainlink, I think they just tweeted again. Let's see what they said.
Real quick, while you're pulling that up, Brian Murphy says, is this a sell the news event? This, to me, is a buy the dip event. If this is causing a dip, it's an accumulation event. It's not a sell. Obviously, if you're going to sell, you should have done it, last night or kind of first thing this morning, running up into this. To me, this is an accumulation and really in a stabilization. Nothing really surprising there, so.
Yeah, so we had Sergey Nazarov, you guys didn't know. He went to the Crypto Ball, of course. He took pictures and posted them with the Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, but RFK Jr., multiple other exchange CEOs, and you can go see everybody he kind of connected with at the event. But Chainlink posted today about 32 minutes ago. The stage is set. What started as a niche movement is now turning into the next evolution of global markets. Chainlink is proud to support great crypto and DeFi organizations and then they posted a picture here, 21 shares, Aptos, Arbitrum, AVAX, Base, BitGo, Circle, Coinbase, Pax, Ondo, PayPal, Ripple, Hedera, Lania Build, and then a few other funds in World Liberty DeFi. So you guys go see that picture, but there's about there's 16 projects that look to be the ones that are really communicating alongside the Trump administration here, have a huge effect and have a huge network effect on what's actually taking place. I would say there's still definitely a lot more there, but Chainlink's going to be one of these, like, they're going to be a huge part of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if you saw like the Crypto Council, them helping advise and participate within these within that community.
Yeah, so obviously Aptos, that's a coin. Arbitrum, that's a, what is this? Its own layer 1, layer 2, layer 1, layer 2 on Ethereum, exchange, L2, stablecoin, exchange, compound. Okay, that's a good one to keep an eye on. Hedera, Ondo, Optimism.
There it is. Thank you. Yeah.
Paxo. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting play. And then, again, you got to realize these are the ones that, I mean, they just picked up World Liberty DeFi just bought a ton of Chainlink. You have Justin Sun's coming out back up to the U.S. That's going to be interesting too. I mean, you're talking, some of the largest stablecoin providers. I wonder if USDT is going to go through with what they're doing what they're doing in El Salvador, moving their headquarters. I think, the admin now is going to want to focus on a lot of that coming back to New York, making New York great again. I mean, New York used to be the financial capital. That's where everyone wanted to be. Hasn't been that way in 20 years. Then San Francisco the last, 10 years ago. Now San Francisco's a shithole. So, seeing our cities start to create better incentives for these corporations to be established and built in is going to be huge. And I think that, again, Chainlink's at the forefront of that. You also have Charles Hoskinson, though, right? Someone that's close to RFK Jr. He's been talking to the Cardano community has been, absolute ripping as well. Ripple, again, they're going to get their lawsuits thrown out. That's going to be huge for those markets. So, guys, if you're not ready for tokenization, again, follow me on X. I posted, it's in the Telegram group for us on Discover Crypto, our Telegram group with CoinW. Get the Trump portfolio. We've been talking about this for weeks, months. We've been talking about build the Trump. As soon as he got elected, we're like, Trump pump portfolio, put into this. And every single project in there is still up 200-300%. Some of them are down, like in the last month, they're down 30%, but they're still up since the beginning. And I expect them to perform very, very well.
Yep, absolutely. Real quick, just a little solace for you guys so you don't freak out too much. This will the strategic reserve be presented in the first 100 days? I think this was at 55% going into the speech right here. And right now, I guess that was maybe 48. And now it's at 43. So just because he didn't announce it today doesn't mean it's not going to happen soon. It's not going to be a priority. But this is still a pretty split chance. It's down about 16% on the news. So still a coin flip of if we see it in the first 100 days. I think the odds are a little better that we see it in the first year and extremely good that we see it in the presidency. I'll leave you guys with this. I know we have a lot to do today, so everybody get back to their work. But I thought this was a pretty good take. You guys know I love Eric Voorhees. Crypto is but a mirror into which every observer peers. Some see financial rebellion, some see earnest opportunity, some see a technological frontier, some see easy profits, suckers, dystopia, a good joke and a laugh, bad one and a cry, anarchy and love it, anarchy and hate it. Just remember it's a mirror and know that it will draw you inward toward whatever vision rests inside. And I thought that was pretty interesting. People do see what they want to see. That people with a bullish bias like myself, I see bullish narrative. People with a bearish bias, obviously they're going to see a bearish narrative. So try to, one thing you can do is try to look inward and analyze yourself and understand, is this my own internal bias that I'm experiencing right now? Or is this really what the market's telling me? If you're ever in doubt, zoom out, join us in the Telegram, hang out with the Disco fam. We love all of you guys.
And I want to leave off with one more thing too, guys. Realize it's MLK Day. So the traditional markets aren't even open yet. So just imagine with all the announcements, you got a lot of bullish futures taking place. Tomorrow might be a very green day for this administration.
Wait a minute. Chat's saying he's supposed to speak again and address the crowd. Is that true?
And I don't think that was for a couple hours. Let me see. I'll pull it up again.
Yeah, and obviously we're gonna have some other fun stuff coming. So, sorry for the shaky camera. Josh is out of town.
This is where he would announce it. This is where he gets more. He shouts out all the communities.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
I thought it was at 3:30. Oh, or no, 4:30. Oh, I forget I'm West Coast right now, dude.
Yeah, well, it's only 1:30. So
yeah, so it's. Let me listen to it real quick. You can pull it up real quick, see what he's saying. It's Mike Johnson right now, but. No, I don't think
the celebratory victory rally. Is that what that I'm looking for? Or?
I don't think he's speaking again. Let me see. Trump scheduled today. I'm pulling up real quick. I'll give you that clarity here. Noon, 2:30. So the parade's at 2:30 Eastern, which had already happened.
This is hilarious. Hold on. Check this out.
Chat, if someone has it, guys, let us know. Parade while signing. Yeah, he should be. I thought he was signing everything now. He's going to be sitting in that chair, just signing for like an hour. What is this one?
Look at Elon just tripping out at the inauguration. Just ooh.
He's bro's on Mars right now.
Yeah, exactly. It says Trump will address soon. What says that? Fade and TradFi.
Let me go back to Donald Trump because
Fox on YouTube title says soon. Okay, well that's because they know they can say that because they have no idea when it's going to be. Soon means today.
Google.
Is Doge lawn associated with Elon Musk? No, I don't think so. I think a lot of stuff that launched, Vincent, there was a lot of Elon stuff that launched right afterwards that isn't associated with him. That USA coin tried to be associated, got people thinking it was associated with Trump. It wasn't. Eric Trump came out and confirmed it. It dumped, but then it's actually rallied pretty well since, which is an interesting one. I wonder how it's doing today. Let's pull that up. USA coin. America. Oh man, it's down 50% today. So yeah, that one didn't do so hot. Fox News. Everybody's saying he's coming soon. Oh, he's coming out right now. All right, I'll pull it up. 1 second. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. By the way, we enjoy doing these hangout ones. We're probably going to do them more, especially as action gets absolutely crazy.
So there's the signing room, farewell to former president, vice president, U.S. Capitol departure ceremony, the president's signing room ceremony. I think he's just signing everything here, right? He's going to the chair. Was that? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think I got it. I'm pulling it up right now. Either this is it or it's not. Yeah, this is it. Hold on 1 second. Got JD Vance taking the stage.
Because I know he's got to speak to the crowd too later, but I didn't know what time that would be.
And I hope to myself that he wasn't going to hold back, and sir, you didn't hold back. That was a hell of a way to start the next 4 years. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for the president and for all of us, thank you for making this possible. We love you. We wouldn't be here without you, and we're going to make America great again together for the next 4 years. And the last thing I'll say is, having stood outside for about 5 minutes to wave goodbye to the Bidens, thank God we moved that thing indoors because it was a beautiful ceremony and it was cold as hell outside. So, sir, 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Bitcoin. Such
beautiful sunny day. We blew it. And then I went outside and we were freezing. You would have been very unhappy. The sun was very deceptive, I will tell you. It is cold out. And I'm sort of saying, that was so beautiful today. Maybe they should do it there every 4 years. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because, the outdoor thing is really good, but it gets a little cold around this time of the year, as some people have noticed.
We'll do that at the next White House, Mar-a-Lago.
They suffer through it. There was no suffering in that room. It was 72 degrees. It was perfect with the best acoustics I think I've ever heard in a room. This is not so bad either. But I just want to say, you're a younger, far more beautiful audience that I just spoke to. And I want to keep it off the record. I want to keep that off the record because I don't want to have all those big shots up there. I don't want to think you're more powerful than them. You look better than them, and I love you. Now, we just had a great time. We just had a great day. This was amazing. When you think we took a journey, I mentioned in the speech, a lot of people said that was not a journey that was possible, and it was indeed possible. I didn't really know too much about what they were saying when they said that, but a lot of people felt it. And we hooked up with JD very early. I watched JD over a period of time. I endorsed him in Ohio. He was a great a great senator and very, very smart. The only one smarter than him was his wife. That was, I would have chosen her, but somehow the line of succession didn't work that way, right? But now she's great and he's great. This is a great, beautiful couple and unbelievable career. I just said to him, you are very upwardly mobile, because he hasn't been doing it that long, but he picked it up so quickly. Remember, the first week was a little bit like the fake news was hitting him really hard. And I said, ooh, this may be tough. But after that, it was smooth sailing for him. He took on everybody. He took on the meanest. I don't want to use the word corrupt because we're into a new system. So let's wait till the corruption begins, because it will. But he took on some pretty mean people, and he handled it well. I want to also congratulate.
What do you mean by
Mike
that?
Johnson.
They're gonna clip that. They're gonna clip that. They're gonna be like,
he just said
the new corruption starting. Donald Trump starting the new corruption. Yeah, great slip up there, Trump. That was.
And then I said, to make it tougher on him, let me take 2 or 3 of the people, right? I said he'll only
joke
have
did
to
not
suffer
land.
with that for about 3 months. How are they doing, by the way? Are they? Is that moving along? Totally. I said, do you mind if I take this one, that one, and a couple of others? He didn't mind. He can handle it. No, he's a man that's liked by everybody. I've never met a man like this. You've got how many is it, 219 or 220 or something? 220. And of the 220, 219 really like him. I noticed he got 1 negative vote once about 2 weeks ago. But I think even 220 like him, if you want to know the truth. And that's very unusual. I know a lot of nice guys in Congress, and they have 35 people that hate him. So if you have 35 people that hate you and you only have 1 or 2 or 3 votes, you'll have 5, I think. But that's going to be like, the good news is when we get to that 5 number, it's going to feel like a massive majority. You could be really nasty to a couple of them at least. So it's going to feel like hitting your head on the wall and stopping. It feels so good to stop. But he's done a fantastic job. And Steve Scalise he's our hero because, I was with him. You talk about being shot. I was with him. He got some bad ones, and his incredible wife, and she really loves him. You never know about that. I've been with other people. They were doing poorly, and the wife is like looking at her watch. She can't get out of the hospital fast enough. How's he doing? Oh, I don't know. He's all right. That woman was a mess. She was crying and crying. No, they're going to take him. They're going to take him. I told Steve when he finally woke up, it was a while too. The doctor told me it was the most blood they've ever transfused in any patient. They've never done anything like it. And here he is, the picture of strength, right? And he's been a great friend of mine, right? With a family, because of a family. And what a job you did. It worked out pretty much better than we even thought, right? And I did have a couple of things, to say that were extremely controversial. And between JD and Melania and anybody else that heard, please, sir, it's such a beautiful unifying speech. Please, sir, don't say these things. I said, I'm telling you.
It's Max, guys.
It's going to play great. They say, you're right. For this group of people, it's going to play great. You're the only ones I hurt by not, but we had some beauties, didn't we, Melania? She said, sir, calls me sir when she's angry. No, I'm only kidding. I better say I'm only kidding, or the press is going to pick that one up loud and clear. No, but she said, no, I think it would be terrible. It's such a nice speech. I think it's, it all depends on your delivery. How was the delivery? Was it good? But she said it's such a beautiful speech. You can't put things in there that you were going to put in. And I was going to talk about the J6 hostages, but you'll be happy because, it's action, not words that count. And you're going to see a lot of action on the J6 hostages. See a lot of action. And I was going to talk about the things that Joe did today with the pardons of people that were very, very guilty of very bad crimes, like the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs, where they literally, what they did is they destroyed and deleted all of the information, all of the hearings, practically not a thing left. They deleted all the information on Nancy Pelosi having turned down the offer of 10,000 soldiers. You wouldn't have needed 10,000. You could have had 500, and it would have stopped. Because we may have had a million people that day, the people that were there. You don't see any photographs, but we have a lot of great photos. But you don't see those photographs. They don't put them in. They show the people at the Capitol. But I was talking about that. They said, please don't bring that up right now. You can bring it up tomorrow. I said, how about now in front of I'll bring it up right now. You know, this little time delay is good because we're getting great reviews on the speech. Now watch. They'll
Back
take
to
the
104
speech and
Bitcoin,
say,
by the way.
I didn't like it because he left there and he talked to people. But we're giving you a little more information than we gave upstairs. But no, they pardoned a lot of people. They pardoned, before we even get to today, they pardoned, 33 murderers, absolute murderers, the worst murderers. You know, when you get the death sentence in the United States, you have to be bad because they don't give it much. And he pardoned almost everybody having a death sentence. And if you went through the crimes that were committed, you wouldn't even believe them. The level of violence, the people that were killed, the innocence of people that were killed and children killed by these people. And he pardoned them for whatever reason. He spared them, but they didn't spare the people that they killed. And, you know, who knows what happens in the future. It's one of the worst because a lot of times they let them out early after that. You know, they say you're going to be in for life, but then all of a sudden they get let out for good behavior and then they go on a rampage. You know, it's one of those little things, right? But I was going to talk about that. But I was really going to talk about the level of, you know, what's going on. Why are we doing this? Why are we trying to help?
This
a
is
guy
live,
like
yes.
Millie? Why are we doing Millie? He was pardoned. What he said, terrible what he said. Why are we helping some of the people? Why are we helping Liz Cheney? I mean, Liz Cheney is a disaster. She's a crying lunatic and crying.
Yes.
Crying Adam Kinzinger. He's a super crying. I never saw the guy not crying. He's always crying. I look at him. I remember years ago, he was actually on my side. And then one day, you know, when you don't want to kill people in wars, they turn against you. Liz Cheney hated the concept of not going to war with everybody. Let's kill everybody. Let's spend a lot of money on military equipment, you know, where her father works, right? And, but what she did was incredible. Think of it. They destroyed and deleted all of that information that went on for almost 2 years against Trump. And the reason they did, because it was all false. Like the person that said, I tried to strangle a Secret Service agent. That's one of the toughest human beings I think I've ever seen. I actually had a friend saying, please don't change that, sir. You are the coolest sucker in history. Remember, she said, I put my hands around his neck because he wouldn't go to the Capitol. Made up fiction. And I was rebuffed. And the guy on the right is a massive weightlifter, probably stronger than me. Do you think he's stronger than me? How do you know?
He's going off the dome here. He might
Possibly
actually just
stronger than
throw
me.
some out there.
Slightly younger than me. Like, I won't say how many years because I don't want to talk about that, but a lot of years. But I had a friend that said, why are you disputing that?
Yeah, I think he's
the
like,
coolest story I've ever heard.
He's off script.
That I would
yeah, he's just
attack a
rambling.
Karate champion, get slightly rebuffed, and then throw
I'd like
my
to see Joe
arms
Biden
around
do
a
that.
guy with a neck about this big.
I
Even
forgot
though
about
there
that
are
story
bars,
where they
you
said
know,
they
there are
tried
bars,
strangling
so
his.
you can't really do that anyway. So I wanted to talk about that, but all of that stuff got deleted, and the reason it got deleted is they were all caught in lies. You know, Secret Service testified, and they said it didn't happen. Actually, the two guys were very embarrassed. They're suffering.
Crypto's not
because,
dumping. You guys see it move
their
by
friends are
1%,
saying,
and you think
did Trump
life's
really
over.
do that to you? But they gained a whole new respect.
You guys
for
got to
me.
realize
But
institutional
it was
markets
just
aren't even open
make-believe
today,
stuff,
guys.
and there were a
This is
lot of
happening with
make-believe
just
stories made up.
global markets.
So rather than suffer
U.S.
the
banking
wrath,
markets
like
or
the
stock
story
markets
of
are not
Nancy
open today.
Pelosi, I offered her 10,000
So there's no
soldiers.
ETFs.
She knows
You know,
it. She admitted it on tape that her daughter made. She's a videographer or whatever you call her, which I'm glad she is. Oh, she can't be in good stead with Nancy. But Nancy said
That's how
it
you
was
know
my
you can't talk about
responsibility
cryptocurrency.
as she's leaving the Capitol. She said it was, and it was. She's in charge of
It's not the type you
security
should
at the
say something.
Capitol.
No,
But I
it's not.
offered them up to 10,000 soldiers, even more. One
Could be.
time I said more, as many as you need. But
He's not talking about stocks either, guys.
If 4 or 5, you 10,000, that would be more than the number of people there by a lot. But we offered her 10,000. Think of it, 10,000 soldiers. In other words, J6 wouldn't be J6. There would have been no J6. But she rebuffed them. She didn't like it. No, she didn't like it. Maybe she wanted that to happen. But she's guilty as hell. And now we would have to go through the process because they destroyed all evidence. They deleted everything. There's virtually nothing left. The other fake story and so many other fake stories. And many people came out on our side. And those people now would got to find them. There's nothing.
I feel like if we get off now,
So
like
that's
as soon as we
criminal
stop
offense.
it, he's
If
going
that
to
were
say
a civil
something.
case, it would be a criminal.
But I agree with
offense.
the chatter. They said
If
that
that
this is
were-
how you
if
can
that
tell he
happened
can't,
civilly where you did that, it would be a
because
criminal
this is the
offense.
point he would if he could.
So I decided I'm not going to make this speech complicated. I'm going to make it beautiful. I'm going to make it.
I don't know. I think it's a little
unifying speech.
selfish
And
to
then
think
when
that he
they
has
said
to.
we have
He's not talking about stocks.
of
He's not
people
talking
that
about
are
Trump
serious
organization. He's not
Trump
talking about
fans.
oil. He's not,
I
like.
said, this is the time to tell those stories.
So if he throws it out there, it's going to be random. Would be my like. He could talk about a million different things right now.
You know.
I agree. I want to hear him say it. But these are all
But
personal. It
seriously,
has
I'd
nothing
like
to do with markets.
I think it was a tremendous success. I think we're very lucky we put it inside because it is really cold. We just went to the helicopter out of respect for something that's taken place for a long time.
Are they in another state or they just fly
as
over?
old as helicopters. You used to get into a stagecoach. Now you get into a helicopter. Times change, but it's pretty old custom, and it's a beautiful custom.
It looks
actually.
way
It's a
better.
beautiful
I can
custom.
zoom
I
in
wish
like
we
that.
could have had a better relationship. I wish we could have had a better relationship between Republicans and Democrats. I was with.
We're back to 104K
Senator Schumer.
Bitcoin
I said,
again, guys.
Chuck, I think it's time we all start getting along a little bit because it doesn't make sense. I mean, we
I
literally.
just realized,
never
too,
get
to
a
the chat, they're all
Democrat
like,
vote.
well,
They
it's
never
all.
get a
I'm like, dude, the
Republican
ETF
vote,
market's not
almost.
even open today. Think about that.
And there's a bill coming up very shortly that we have a lot of Democrat votes, right? It's going to be a very beautiful bill. We're going to have a deciding, I would say, within a week or so, I think. And it's going to be a very good bill. You all know what I'm talking about. So I just want to thank you all for being here. You have been our fans from day one. All these people all over. You've been our fans. This has been there's never been anything like it. There's never been anything like it. This has been a movement like no movement ever in history for probably any country, let alone this country. You know, if somebody's running for president and if they go out and they announce they're going to Arizona, they're going to Nevada, they're going to someplace, if you have 200 or 300 people, that would be standard. Ronald Reagan would go out. I mean, outside of the last couple of days where people get a little excited, but even then you have a couple of thousand people. But if you're going to go someplace, any place, any one of the swing states, any one of the other states, I mean, how about the non-swing states? We won Alabama by 48 points. We won Tennessee by massive numbers. Wyoming, we won by numbers that are, nobody's ever seen numbers like that. And, you know, places like California, we did great, but when they send out like 38 million ballots, nobody knows where the hell they're sending them, and then they come pouring back, the whole thing. You know, they passed a law in California that if you work in an election bureau and if you so much as ask for a voter ID, if you say, sir, ma'am, could I please look at your voter ID? They have the right to put you in jail. You're a criminal. Can you believe that? There's only one reason that happens. They want to cheat. So they had it where voter ID wasn't accepted. But now if you even ask for it, this is seriously a bill that was just signed, passed in their legislature, and it was signed. And I think when we get things cleaned up and we get back to a little bit of normalcy, I'm going to ask the speaker to really get involved because I think we would have won the state of California because, you know, if you look at my numbers with Hispanic, we're at 56%. And we were winning. We won the Texas border that had never been won. As the governor said, he's doing a good job, the governor, by the way, of Texas. But as the governor said, it hasn't. Oh, did I get lucky? Did I get lucky? Supposing I said, you know, he's not here, but the governor of Texas has done a terrible job. Wow, look at you.
You mean we couldn't get you up in the front row? I'll tell you.
Guys, he's literally just talking about story. It's a celebration.
Supposing I said,
He's talk about whatever he wants.
the governor of Texas, he's not doing his job.
Guys, everybody in chat, dude,
I didn't know you
the
were there.
selfishness from investors. I love it, dude. You guys are like, talk about my bags. Like,
now you're gonna have a
dude, just talk about stories, what he's been through over the last 4 years. This is nothing crazy. It's not weird or anything. Just
he had people selling you
just
a wall.
chill.
Right? We have a fence structure that we worked
You guys are
on.
so,
The governor worked on with me.
dude, it's funny, dude.
And I
People
didn't
are so
love it, to be
weird.
honest with you. I wanted a nice.
You must talk about my bags and pump my
40, 50
bags.
feet high, like a beautiful. Could have been a T-shape, Y-shape. I love construction. I wanted that sucker to go up maybe 50, 60 feet. It would have looked beautiful. A nice Y shape. And they said, the problem is, sir, they climbed that like a rabbit. I said, what do you mean? No way. And they brought some of these guys out. They climbed it like. And the other thing is you hit it with acid and the thing will disintegrate. You know, they have things for concrete. So they needed very hardened steel, very special steel. And then they needed 7,000-pound concrete.
Well, no,
inside that
you'll
steel,
mention
inside
something.
that
He starts
steel,
talking
and
about
then they
markets,
have a
but right
rebar.
now it seems like this is
That's
just
the
a
toughest,
personal speech.
steel made.
He probably has
Very hard to
9
cut.
speeches today, guys.
So this is why very little is cut.
Yeah, I think.
And then they put a anti-climb panel on top.
I think you're right. Yeah, he's probably going to do this for a minute. So we can.
He's got 2 more balls.
And
He's
I
got.
said, why would that work? I don't believe it works. And I went to.
Why don't we
watch
do this
the Border
then? Why
Patrol
don't
gave a
we?
display. We had actually 2 sets of climbers. The guys that climb up walls with drugs.
If
on
he
their
comes
back,
back
I mean, they
and
got
starts
like
talking
60,
about
70 pounds of
something
drug, and they
crypto
go-
related, we can pull it back in. But I say we just wrap up. I've got other stuff.
Yeah, I gotta start packing soon. I leave early tomorrow morning, so I saw your text. I'll text you back.
Yeah, we'll let us know, chat. I don't know what do you guys think? What are the implications of today? I don't think there's really too much more to look at with what he's doing. I think we had a really good stream, really good time hanging out. I overall macro bullish. See the super chat here. Appreciate you, Disco fam. Thanks, TJ and Josh. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody here in the chat. Like I said, I've been working. We've been working really hard these last few weeks, setting up some big stuff for you guys. So stay tuned for that. If you're not in the Telegram yet, get in there. New stuff coming very soon. I mean, it'll all be changing, but just be prepared for that. There's millions of dollars to be made over the next 10 or so months, guys. So if you want to change your life with crypto, now's the time to do it. This next 9 months or so. I mean, obviously, if you guys have been here for a while, you know how it works. If you're accumulating in the bear market, it makes it a lot easier. But that being said, if you're just logging in, I saw so many people do extremely well in just the year of 2021. That's in just the year of 2017. And now we're here right now in 2025. It's golden age of crypto, as Balls says. Let's go, Josh. Golden. Let's go. 200 executive orders. Executive orders probably rolling out later today. Stay tuned for that. We've got DZ working on a video right now letting you know which assets are going to give you the best odds for success in this market, whether they're Trump related, whether they're not, how to get positioned, how to take advantage, ride the Trump pump, ride the AI memes, get in and out of the coins you need to get in and out of. But most importantly, stay healthy and make some friends along the way. The people you meet in this process are people also trying to better themselves. So yeah, that's all I got. Josh, you got anything else before we go?
Yeah, no, I mean, just guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I mean, we've predicted almost everything out of this administration. It was very hard to, navigate through this, but people were worried about what was taking place with Trump after he won, back in November. And, we created the Trump portfolio. We told you exactly what was going to happen. We told you about tokenization. We told you about, kind of the focal point that was going to take place with all of these markets. And some people think, you all want instant gratification. That's not how the government works. I've been working alongside a lot of these government officials and have had the opportunity to talk with a lot more of these branches. And I've been telling you guys every single step of the way, the strategic reserve, we've been telling you every step of the way. That was not going to pass ever on day one. So a lot of people want to live off that hopium, off that hype. This is something that's going to take time, but at the same time, that time equates to massive capital opportunities and inflow back into the U.S. market. So if you're somehow bearish, the only people that are bearish right now, 1, don't understand politics, 2, don't understand government, and 3, I don't truly believe they understand crypto. Like, if you're trading emotionally because you don't like Trump as a president, I don't give a shit what your personal opinion is. I care about what the policies and the hundreds and thousands of administrative officials that are going to be put into positions of power because of him. Who's going to be the new commissioners of the CFTC? Who's going to be the commissioners of the SEC? What are the deregulations or re-regulations that are going to be formalized around the crypto markets? That's what I care about. And so seeing, again, the access to those markets. I think it's just getting started. And again, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you guys up to date with everything that happens along the way.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks, Disco fam. We'll see you guys later today. More videos, more content, and of course, first thing 10:35 tomorrow.
Peace out, guys.
All right.